Hey everyone, this is Lights Camera Initiative, back at you again this week with another episode of our Tales from the Yawning Portal run-through, specifically our second session of the dreaded, legendary, incredible White Plume Mountain. Unfortunately, Caitlin could not be with us this week. She's very sick, so, it's about her, but it happens. Last week, the group had managed to infiltrate White Plume. Had dealt with the riddles of the dreaded Genosphinx. Genosphinxes, I guess I should say. Had managed to not be suckered in by the devious ring of infinite might. Solved the mathematical riddle of the flesh golems. Managed to face plant in boiling mud a couple of times. But I mean, hey, they got out of there anyway, and now had managed to enter into a hallway. And at the end of the hallway, a door wide open, and inside was an impenetrable darkness, which even your own magically given or natural dark vision could not penetrate. And that's where we had held off, or that's where we had stopped last week. So. What do you do? I'm going to put you on the thing just so you're in a fairly cramped 5x4 hallway.
Flesh golems.
I assumed Asura was up front because Grant was the last one up there.
Flesh golems still leading the way, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. The flesh golems leading the way. So, in actuality,
Perfect. It also kind of looks a little fleshy colored.
Yep. And then who wanted to be next after Asura?
Do you want to? Since
Someone pick one.
Fine.
I'll go behind Carac.
Okay, who's next? That leaves Grenna and Emron outside of the first door.
I think the golem's carrying Emerald? Correct. Oh, dropped her.
Go and put Emron down once you got up on the platform, which means they're still in the room with the boiling mud.
Also,
the door is open. The flesh golem walks in. The flesh golem disappears into the darkness.
Anybody see?
No.
You were right behind him.
Remember the opening description?
No.
Darkness is impenetrable. Probably just means we can't see.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Unfortunately, I don't think any of us had mentioned this.
Torch. Does a torch work?
Alright, you pull out a torch, and nope, it does not penetrate. It appears it is some sort of magical darkness. Not just regular darkness.
Can
It's
it be
darkness.
Can it be dispelled if it's magic?
Are you asking if it can be dispelled?
Yeah. I'll ask if anybody can do something about it, I guess. Or we can just
None of you
blindly,
have dispel?
blindly walk forward.
Or a charge of dispel?
Which
spell? Dispel.
No.
Oh, which one?
Dispel.
You gotta tell me which spell you need.
Dispel.
The spell is called Dispel. So that means
I can't do nothing about it.
can we still hear the flesh golem?
Yeah, you hear it walk in and then stop. You then hear...
Can I, since I made my steed go away for the duration of the
Yeah.
The swinging platforms. Can I bring it back now?
The area you're in is too small. Okay, you're gonna have to basically get up to a bigger area.
Good, dump the doors then.
I mean, if it didn't fall or trigger a trap, should be fine to keep walking forward.
That's gonna be my logic too. But like you said, it stopped, and we're about to hear something else.
Oh boy.
Though if we hear it's all clear, then like yeah.
Follow me.
As it steps in and you guys look at the darkness, perhaps confused as to what exactly to do, you hear a voice come from inside of it, and the voice says, "What are you doing in my home?"
I'm gonna listen. Does the golem respond?
No. Golem does not respond.
You see?
Emerald can dispel it if you want him to.
Can?
He has dispel magic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want him to dispel
Yeah.
it? Okay. What's the range on dispel magic?
Should have it like.
Alphabetical stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was in the Z's.
Oh, what?
The like 2 Z spells, I think.
I'm not
It should just be one zone of truth. Here, let me see.
Got it.
Well, yeah, but I also have to read the description. Okay. Alright. Emerald casts a dispel magic. As he does so, the darkness magically fades, revealing normal darkness. So those of you without dark vision still can't see what's in the room, but those of you with dark vision, for one reason or another, can.
What about
And
his
you
torch?
see... Oh, you had a torch out?
Yeah.
Then never mind, the room is illuminated. Inside the illuminated room, you see a man about 6 feet tall, long, brown, almost like wind-swept hair, very pale, with like blue and yellow, like a tunic with a very fancy like cape over it. He has next to him a like a jeweled like cane that he brings up to his hand, that he is gripping, his nails long and like sharp. He has brown eyes and has what appears to be some sort of like metal jeweled. It's like a string chain, almost like a necklace, but it's around his head. As he looks at the group of you, you noticed to each side of him in the room are flanked 2 creatures. The creatures are pale white with a bulbous body and a spherical bloodshot eye. Additionally, they each have 9 tentacles coming off the top of their head that end in mouths, gasp like.
Huh.
They smile wide, wicked smiles. And the man leans forward and says, "You shouldn't have done that. And I need you to roll initiative." He makes a flourish like this, and as he does so, you hear the sound of like shrieking coming from back where you came, but nothing happens immediately. Additionally, he walks up the wall and onto the ceiling into the center of the room. Seemingly walking up like a spider.
That's cool.
As he does so, that is his turn. The ceiling of this room,
How big
20
was that?
feet, I think.
How big was this back area that it came from?
This,
Yes.
like 5, 10.
Feet wide, like
Oh, here?
yeah, like
It looks.
before the
It
hallway.
actually looks like this big. There's
big,
not
cool.
much space. But
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we could like back up a few squares and then we could come into the hallway.
And then you just want to use
It's
your
just
looks like you're gonna have to fight him in this small room. Anyway, so that was his turn. It is then Emerald's turn, who holds action, and it is now Asura's turn.
Cast the spell magic
No, sorry,
on
Card.
the ceiling, so we fall and bust
Oh,
it.
but-
Yeah.
Doesn't have any more
I'm
spell
just
spell.
Joking.
But yeah, then the Netflix Berserk is supposed to be 2D damage.
I will. So no two things are 5 feet from each other.
Oh, sorry, he actually moves up here, but upside down.
and 20 feet up.
Does he do that weird backwards spider thing?
No.
No, he
walks
just
up
walks
the wall.
He just walks up the
He
wall.
probably has spider climb active.
Is it 20 feet up to...
Or he's a vampire.
Or is he just like 20 feet up, but he's still hanging?
He's hanging a little bit, so you need 15-foot reach in.
It's still not good.
Anyway,
And it has
anyway.
15-foot reach.
Carac, action. You can't see him because he's inside him on the ceiling.
Yeah. I can see the two things though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I
Can he
will.
maneuver past me to this corner?
Yeah, you can. You could get into the room if you wanted, but then you'd be in the room.
I'll cast Hunter's Mark on the Snickers.
Fire at.
And
Okay.
I'll attack that one.
Okay. It will have cover.
I ignore cover.
Oh, or do I roll for the
I did not roll for the flesh golem. Right? Flesh golem got 6.
Depending on how
Does he
technical
have
he
18
is.
foot
23
range?
to
23 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
So he needs to have like a class feature each to do that. Like
Well, I was
long
be
17
because of height.
17
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
So you shoot with the bow. Okay, next.
20 to hit.
20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
that hits.
14 damage.
Okay. You fire 2 arrows into its body. It shrieks. All its mouths shriek at once, so it's actually really loud. And it is now Ashura's turn. Oh, wait. No, don't worry about it.
Can't reach him. But I guess I'll move to attack the other two that are reachable.
Okay.
I can. He's on the ceiling, so I can just.
Yeah, you can just move past him. Where are you moving?
clear the way.
Can that provoke attack, or can he not reach me either?
You can't reach around.
Okay.
So you move back here? Okay. You move past them both through their whipping tentacles and make your attacks.
All right. I will attack.
What size
Iron.
Are they medium? Are they like small or what? Are they huge?
They're large.
They're large.
One got a 10 to hit. One got 22
The 22.
for 14 damage. That was about
And you're attacking this one. This one? Okay. So you swing out once, you swing, but the tentacles in your way just kind of like. and you miss. The second one slashes into it on the backside, and you slash. How much damage did that do? 14. As you slash into his blood,
I can't summon the horse.
he is slashed open, and his blood comes violently rocketing out acid. As you do, you hear a sound as it happens, and it splatters all over you and electrocutes you.
Oh, what the hell?
You take 1 point of electrical damage.
These things fucking retaliate passively. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like those stupid jellyfish.
It appears to have some sort of like electrified blood.
That's
not cool.
Maybe it's not.
well, I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's not cool at all.
I said knew what these were, but
Okay, and that is Cher's turn. It's now Thoradin's turn.
I cast average black 10.
Use fireball.
You're literally
You're in
right
the
next to
room.
him.
Good.
Cool.
He does have fire resistance, and he reduces damage from spells by half. So he'll take a fourth of the damage, regardless of whether he makes his save. So if his logic is fireball, it probably won't even hurt me. That's not bad logic. He is pretty much fireball immune.
The golem will.
depending on what he wants.
The golem is not.
We found out he was weak to fire.
Yeah,
Depending
actually.
Depending on what he wants to bind.
So you're casting
Although-
Everett's black tentacles. What does that do?
For future
It's
future fights. I'll just go into the middle of them when they all target me. Shoot fireball at me while they're distracted.
That's not bad. That's actually pretty dope.
If you also got a wand of fireball, you were really in a pinch. You could just fireball your feet.
It reminds me of the kind of the Kakazu Heat-In combo.
Yeah.
Where he would just hurt Heat-In.
Squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square on the ground that you can see within range for the duration. These tentacles turn the ground into in the area into a difficult terrain. When a creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, the creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 36 bludgeoning damage and be restrained by the tentacles until it spawns. The creature that starts its turn in the area is already restrained by the tentacles takes 36 bludgeoning damage. A creature restrained by the tentacles can use its action to make a strength or dexterity check. Its choice against your spell save DC on success. It frees itself.
Okay. So we casting on the ground or on the roof? So we cast on the ground, it'll hit the two beholder-looking guys, but it'll also hit Sid.
But if I cast on the guy,
On the roof, it'll just hit them.
yeah,
So that's why I was asking.
he'll be restrained.
Is that what you want to do?
That's the whole.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast Everett's black tentacles. Asura and Carac, since you're kind of close enough. Well, I guess the rest of you see because they kind of come down. From the ceiling, as Thoradin finishes his spell, black oily tentacles begin like whipping around, and you hear, and you in particular see one of them attempting to grab the guy as he's literally standing in this field of tentacles. Now what happens? He has to make a save
Yeah.
when he starts his turn,
In
right?
a room
Yeah.
full of tentacles.
It's honest.
Yeah, when he starts his turn, it's his choice between a dex or con.
Not for
No.
nothing. But I thought it was like a
Strength
strength
dex.
dex.
It's choice.
Yeah, he just targets it on the square up and back, and here, and it spreads to the side of the ceiling.
And it's a strength or dex. His choice.
Strength or dex is choice? Okay. So after you cast that spell, seeing that I would say the ground is lava, though. The roof is now lava. He uses a legendary action to jump down off of the ceiling, landing here.
Legendary.
Oh fuck.
As the tentacles like rip and try to grab at him, and he's just like, "Nyeh."
Does he not take damage from falling and fall prone?
Seems like a perfect time to use my wand of lightning
20
bolt.
seed, so we might.
It's legendary.
Yeah. It can automatically succeed.
So sorry, he actually just runs down
You
the
can
this thing
grab that.
because he wouldn't jump down and take damage. So he runs down the ceiling out of the range of the tentacles. How long are the tentacles? Does it say? Does it?
How?
Oh no, he
You
needs.
know how long? Like how?
20-foot cube.
It says 20-foot square.
Yeah, square.
It doesn't.
It doesn't specify how up it goes. Then I'm going to assume it doesn't go up into the air. So yeah, you run down, and yeah, that's his legendary action, and that was your turn. So now it becomes. It is now. Huh?
Is it range for me?
Oh yeah, now he's on the ground.
He's on the ground.
Good.
You got him off the ceiling. Okay.
I'm gonna smite to see if that works.
Anyway,
Are you evil?
so the one that you slashed turns towards you, literally just floating in place until its big eyes staring at you, and it lashes out with a tentacle.
It was its blood, right?
It was its blood.
Okay.
It's gonna move there. Flanking with his. Yep. Enemies flank too.
Oh, they don't. What are you talking about?
What's your armor class?
22.
He has the. He has the trait no axe, which makes him flankless. He can't be flanked because he doesn't have one. They
How could they take me
Okay,
from behind?
so the first tentacle wraps
With
around
no
you.
behind. That's stupid.
Okay, so sorry, the first tentacle wraps around you and it sticks its mouth on you and bites in. As it does, you take 6, 7, 12. You take 12 damage. No, sorry, 16 damage, and are grappled. It then attempts to tentacle you again. And this one hits as well for 7. 11. So he bites you once and then bites you again for 16 and then I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw as the mouth that is originally lashed onto you starts trying to like drink your blood. So I need a Constitution saving.
ground holders.
18. You're fine. It tries to like suck, but it's not getting it out there. Although the wound does like tingle a little bit. And yeah, that is its turn. It is now Squig's turn. It'll be Squig, then Grenna, then the Golem, then the
Very much not like to be grappled. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. So I'm double checking. If something is grappling a character, if they take damage, they have a chance to let go.
Huh?
If somebody's grappling somebody and the grappler takes damage, do they have a chance to let it go?
No. That is totally not how it works.
Damn. Well, fuck. Okay.
They'll let go if they're dead.
Or if they get forcibly moved.
I'm pretty sure you don't need to use that. Could use heat metal on your armor, forcing him to let go since he's holding onto your armor,
that would
and then
be
drop
hurting.
concentration on it.
But that would also hurt him as well.
I would take 1/4 of the damage though.
That's true.
No.
How much
but-
damage?
No, that's
What
true.
damage does
2d8.
it deal?
It deals 2d8, so you take 2d8 divided by either 4 or 8, depending on
So
whether you
even
make
if it
the
was
save.
16, I'd take 4.
Yeah, or 2 if you make the save.
So, but it would give you disadvantage on basically everything.
Player tactics.
So,
I'll just go around hugging everything then.
What's up to you?
heat metal grapple.
What do you want to do, Squid?
I'm actually going to.
That'd be a dumb combo for a melee fighter. Why are you wearing armor?
Heat metal. Grapple.
I am going to hop into the room to the left of the guy.
You can't. He's in the way now.
Oh, right. It doesn't take extra movement. He's just in the way.
Yeah, he's just in the way.
Okay.
No. He's perfectly blocking the door now.
What
Yeah.
if he cha-cha real smooth?
If you cha-cha real
Well,
Like
I
this
mean, I'm
question.
small. Would I be able to make some type of check?
Alright, you know what? Actually, I'm done. Sorry, before your turn,
Ah.
it takes. No, he doesn't actually. Don't worry. Go.
I
So you're
can.
gonna do what?
There's no way I can make like some sort of save to try to slip past them since I'm small.
No, you can't. You can't get past him.
Okay. Damn, that didn't work out. I'll just power up the circlet of blasting and blast them with.
Blast this guy.
Yeah, I mean, if I blast the other.
What's the save? What's the save you have to make?
It is Scorching Ray, if I remember correctly. Which is. Where are you? Scorching Ray is a ranged spell attack, not a save. For each ray. So I know I'm going to be blasting him with 2 and 16 to hit.
That hits.
This is for the first one. Second one
Or wait.
on the dude.
Yeah, it misses.
Okay, second one is a 18,
That hits.
and the last one, which would be on the beholder grappling him, is a 22.
That also hits.
Okay.
Do you still have the one of the war mage turn?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then never mind. They all hit.
Oh, ignores cover.
Yep.
Right.
Your spell attacks can all count.
Okay, so for the first one is 6 fire damage on the guy.
Okay.
And 11 damage on the not beholder.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Okay. You fire your circlet of blasting. The 2 rays slam into the man. He just is at it. And then the last one slams into the weird beholder right in its eye and it screeches. Is that your turn?
I can't move any back, right? Because it costs 2 to move through people.
Which movement do you have?
30.
No, you can get out of here. If you get back here next time. 2 people can be on the spot. Basically.
It would make room for people that are melee.
Okay. So you scurry back out of there. Next to Emeron, and yeah, it is now. He moves up to Carac with his next legendary action, and it is now Gwenna's turn.
Wait, he just stepped in front of me and did nothing? He's like, oh, I'm here.
His legendary action is that he moves.
Oh, okay.
So it's turn.
I'm guessing.
It's in the DMG.
Nah. I was dumb and forgot to look at that stuff.
Wait. Granister?
Yeah. You're thinking about how to get to him?
Yeah.
Don't you have?
Sorry to have fun. They step forward.
Don't you have like a ski step in that ring?
That's what I'm about to do.
You also have the whistle that Carac handed him, if you want to blow it.
I had the whistles.
He said Carac, like, should. It's like, well, I'm not going to accept it if he does, but it didn't happen. Multiple options.
What do you do?
I was trying to make things quickly, but it's too sad. But
It's a
fairly confident.
If that's what you want to do. No, it's bonus action.
And you get flanking on the guy too. And I decided to just go ahead and use it, hoping that it wasn't that big a deal.
Misty step behind him.
Teleport to
Stares at Nani.
First attack is 24. 2 hits.
That hits.
And the other one is a 20.
29. That also hits.
The second one being a critical. Let's do this first one first. First attack is for 10 damage. Second attack is for 22 damage.
Okay.
I get my third attack.
Yep.
And this one was 25 to hit.
That also hits.
For 11 damage.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
You teleport behind the man and slash him 3 times across the back, causing him to grunt in pain at the second one, more or less, more the first and the last one. And then he is going to take his last legendary action to attack Carac. What is your armor class?
Damn. 216.
16? Alright, he grabs you. He reaches out with his claw hand, grabbing you by the throat and pulling you up to him. It is now... This golem moves up and tries to punch the one that has you...
Does it get advantage?
Yeah. So. Is that good right now? Oh, there. Saw a picture.
Oh, they get a picture.
Yeah, we saw
Basically every monster gets a picture.
we saw. When we got it.
Makes 2 slight
I was thinking of the whole motherfuckers.
First one hits. Second one misses, unfortunately. The golem with its hands and then tries to do it again, but the second one misses. The first one does 16 damage, and it does not blend since you need to make a cutting or piercing wound in order to.
I guess that after the first attack.
Alright, and it now goes around to his turn. What's your armor class? 16 you said, Cart?
Yeah.
And what is Greta's armor class? 18? Okay. So it does 2 things. The first of which is that it, in attempting to repay what you did to it, it slashes out at you with its hand, trying to claw at your eyes. However, you bring your blade up and push it away. And then the other thing it does is, having pulled you close, it opens its mouth and bites into your neck.
Motherfucker.
at least I know my smite will work.
Well, it'd work either way, but
Taking taking 7 physical damage. And 9 necrotic damage, and your max health goes down by an equal amount as it bites in and begins drinking your blood. Additionally, the shrieking sound is getting louder. Squig, you see 5, just a massive, massive swarm of bats become flying into the room, attempting to swarm you and Emeron. Although one gets past and goes for Thoradin. One's back here. Roll something real quick. Sure. As one is flying in, the boiling mud erupts again, killing one of the bat swarms, but also dealing 2 fire damage to both Emeron and Squig.
There it is.
And Rob, you can write down damage that Emeron takes for.
What's Emeron's?
I just need.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm just gonna know the damage.
How much did you take just now?
Emeron is a man.
Yeah.
And Emeron is taking 2.
Okay.
And yeah, so that is his turn. He also, and you took 9 necrotic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 things happen. Sorry, another thing happens. At the start of his turn, some of the burn wounds and some of your axe wounds start to close up. And then when he drinks blood, his wounds seem to close up a little more. If you remember from your last fight, if you don't do holy damage, he does regenerate.
well, if it's a race he wants,
Yeah, there is a lizard race that you can play that gets the same thing. They get
It's similar. You can be lizardmen, and they do have. It's not vampiric, but you can bite someone. It's once per long rest. You can do it's once per long or short, and you can do a special bite that heals you when you do it. You like rip a chunk out of someone. You like swallow.
one range.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's what Jess's character was in our home Saturday game. His character was a lizardman monk.
That sounds
Don't question it. It was pretty cool.
So did he have like white scales on the top of his head? The top of his head was albino.
It would have been cool. He was also Kensai, so he had like a sword and stuff. If he had gone axe instead of sword, he could have literally be a lizard from Soul Calibur. If anyone remembers that character.
axe and board.
It's an axe and board. So that is his turn, and it is now. Excuse me. It is now Emeron's turn. How hurt no, enemies are on Emeron. The first card's action.
So I was gonna drop my bow, pull out my short sword, and attempt to stab him twice in the rapier with the short sword. I got a 14 for the first attack with the rapier. So,
14?
yeah.
That misses.
Yeah. All the rest of the attacks miss too, by the way. But
So you swing 3 times and miss.
yeah, which I don't understand because he's literally right next to me, my brother. So he's there.
Alright, that happens.
Yeah, never mind. I already saw what I was gonna do, so never mind.
Or close. Okay, Emeron conjures a flame blade and swings at one of the rats that is attacking Squig. Bats. And then your action goes, or then after Emeron's action goes, the vampire uses one of his legendary actions to swing out at Grenna again, trying to just get Grenna off of him. Good luck. Gets a 20 this time, which I believe does. Or I guess I shouldn't say the number. He's gonna hit you if you have a shield charge.
I do not.
Okay, well then, don't worry about it. You are struck for an amount.
Just out of curiosity, you know this poem you said last theory? Or do you mean last turn?
It refreshes it each turn. So, it swings out. Dealing 10 damage to you. And then after Emerald attempts to swing out and strike, did you roll with advantage on any of those? Because you are flanking with.
No, I didn't roll.
Okay. Do you want to roll advantage on those?
Yeah, that would probably be great. I don't know.
I didn't know that you were like.
Oh, we're in the dickens.
Can you just not roll with advantage?
That would be weird.
I don't know.
Okay, so the first attack is 25 to hit instead.
Yes.
And that is 12 damage. The second attack is also 25. Sneaking. But it is 10 damage instead this time.
Okay.
And then that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 5 damage.
Okay. You know, you could use your bonus action to move the hunter's mark over to him and gotten bonus damage on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do the third attack though,
Well,
because it
that's
takes your bonus action. What I didn't do it because I didn't do this because initially I decided to attack 3 times and I rolled stuff out. But initially I was thinking, can you shove your way out of a grapple? There's nothing stopping you
Yeah,
from
I
doing
guess there's no reason you could.
Shove him off.
Yeah.
Okay, so after your 3 attacks, stabbing into him and slashing into him, he then attempts to bite you again.
Yeah, I think that's kind of.
And he hits, dealing 9 points of physical damage and 9 points of necrotic damage. That 9 points of necrotic damage also reducing your max health by the same amount. And it's now Ashura's turn. So, you said you were Misty stepping up and attacking the van?
Yep.
Okay.
Both attacks.
As you use Misty Step to suddenly disappear from the thing's tentacles, like it looks at its tentacles confused and is like, "Huh?"
We're holding tight enough.
Advantage on that.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's 19. No,
19 hits. Or
20. Sorry.
20 hits.
And a 24.
Those both hit.
And I will be using. So I'm going to use all my second levels on this Misty Step and then
Okay,
2
the
second
2
level
levels.
smites on.
So those would be 3d8, but because it's undead, there's an extra d8, so those will do an extra. So the damage on those should be 5d8 plus your do you need more d8s?
I'd need 6 more because it's
Oh, you want to roll them both at once?
both attacks.
Okay. If you want to roll them both at once, you're going to need more.
6 total.
How
That's
many?
3 more.
Of what?
Yeah.
Here. Oh, you have 3?
Yeah. Thank you.
And remember to add your modifier twice because it's 2 separate attacks. So,
Plus 8.
save, so 16 plus what you roll. Good damage. You hold your blade up and slash twice into its neck and shoulder. It screeches in pain as the holy energy from your blade sears his flesh.
Feels so good. Things, what do they, what consider, no, for
very
the terms of smite, is it
Evil or undead.
You smoked some undead.
Feels
He's not Thoradin's turn.
maybe that guy.
So Carac is getting
Sharp card.
Yeah.
I could use one.
I wonder if that got his attention.
Thank you also.
You're at what HP?
28. I don't know why you're asking. I know it. 28.
Gonna have to do something.
So Thoradin, it's what's now?
Perfect. Now that card's
It would not technically be as terrible.
What if he fires the fireball far back enough to only hit these and up to here?
But it's not like Greta. Well, he's pretty fine against
Okay,
fireball.
yeah. What's
Also,
fireball?
8d6,
86.
and you cut it by
So,
at least a 4.
Even if you got 48 damage on that, I would take
half and half again.
I would take like 14, 11.
12, I think.
Yeah, 12.
You take 12 damage. 6 if you saved.
On max damage, if you rolled the highest.
Paladins
Very
take
fireball
it
resistance.
along with your passive fire resistance, man. Which is kind of why I want to try giving you more elemental resistance with the resistant armor.
Is there anything else that gives that effect?
Huh?
Is there anything else that has a damage for spells besides paladin and paladin?
We could
I don't know, I have to look.
we could use that.
Can't rogues still dodge full damage if they say?
So that's evasion, but that's not what he's asking. He's asking about half damage on the spell specifically.
We could
And I don't know, maybe.
pull a Princess Bride move and play off people's superstitions and like go from the flames as I walk towards people.
And you're shouting like fucking tenants at him.
Yeah.
Since the goal.
Thou shalt heal. Burn.
Which one's Emma going?
He's not going for again. He went like first one, so you guys. Emron got an 18. No, Emron made a flame sword this way.
No, the first turn. Build action. Forgot.
There wasn't anything.
Who's all the way in the back, full line of allies in the way.
You didn't have anything within a point.
No. Does the how hurt?
You're gonna cast Cure Wounds?
No, I can't do that.
Okay. Then what are you doing?
I'm casting word.
Okay. Why couldn't you cast Cure Wounds?
Touch.
So,
You can move.
you can move up and touch him. He's right there.
Yeah, there's just a
What about that?
bat swarm.
Oh, it's just a bat swarm. Even if
you're
you
not moving out of his range.
Yeah.
So within 5 feet of it.
Plus, I don't think attack.
you can't provoke attacks from it, and even so, it probably wouldn't cheer to see it's swarm bats.
Fine. I'll do fucking curious. 8.
8. Okay. You go free. Now, this, whoops, whatever. This one goes, the one that had originally grappled Asura. It swings out at Asura, moving past the flesh golem. It does not have advantage. And its tentacle bounces off your arm. It does so again. This time, striking, it manages to get into your back and bite down again. For 15 damage, and re-grappling you. It then swings out with its last tentacle at Brenna. And hits you as well. Grabbing you around the leg and biting into your thigh, dealing 16, and grappling you as well. And it is now Squig's turn. Yeah.
Multiple tentacles.
Shit.
Yeah, but there are things that can't grapple multiple people at once. It's not a give.
There's 2 swarms of bats on me, right?
No, one's a little off, but it's gonna be on you, yeah.
I don't really have any crowd control. No, actually, shut up. I did not forget. See it work anything like that. Yeah, I think we can use Thunder Wave.
You know Emerald's right next to you.
The Emerald is right next to me. See, Emerald is buried by another swarm of bats. So, yeah. A little bit. Well, damn. I think I'll just cast. See how many people does. Will that hit? I'm just trying to double check for myself for terms of aid.
Just remember, there's depth up into the air, so you could target a shadow to hit the bats, if that's something you might consider.
I'd be able to hit all 3 swarms.
Yeah, if you target this one. Well, no, you can either hit 2 of the swarms or all 3 of the swarms, but it'll also hit you.
Well, if you were feeling lucky, that'd be bad because you probably would have killed yourself.
What only does it?
Well, I mean, it's a con save, and I do.
You take reduced at all if you're casting it yourself?
No. That'd be an amazing class feature for something. Spells are good.
You knowingly don't give a shit.
Zealots are kind of like that.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it's a con save, and I'm proficient in that.
How often would they expect you to cast your
I think I'll actually do that.
explosive spell directly at your feet?
Okay. So what's the save that? Make con save against 14, 15, what?
Does not increase it, so it is a 15, which will show. Okay, 15.
They all fail. How much damage are you taking?
$16, and I take 8.
Okay. So the one that was on you that had already been flame blade is popped like a big bloody popcorn kernel. Just.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a bunch of bodies.
These 2 are very wounded, but are not quite defeated. Is that your match?
I feel like water balloon filled with blood.
Damn, I'm only gonna take the dodge action with a bonus action. I think that'll be it.
Okay, it is now
There's really
Gwenna's turn.
So, attempting to escape grapple, does that take your action?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
However, I will note, being grappled, the only thing grapple does is it reduces your speed to 0. It doesn't affect your ability to attack stuff. So if you just want to keep swinging at the guy or one of these guys, it doesn't change anything.
Well, those guys didn't prevent you from attacking the person grappling.
No, it doesn't prevent it. It literally only reduces your speed as a ground. That's all it does.
Those guys have acid.
And they have an attack that requires them to have grappled. That's why it's in there. They need to grapple you for something evaded.
This thing's probably gonna get worse before it gets better. So I'm going to bonus action. Take a deep breath, and with my action, I'm going to cast haste out of the ring.
Okay. You cast haste out of the ring on yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. You are hasted. You feel the magic working on your muscles as you speed up, increasing your armor class, and you can take another action.
I will. And it'll be an attack. Against the
Okay. And this is only a single attack, because the action right by haste as well. I'm sure you know this.
I did not. That was a 24 hit.
That hits. Even while the thing is grappling you with one of his tentacles, you fucking just swing out and slash over the guy.
From the shrine.
19.
15 damage? Okay. You swing out, striking the axe into the back of his neck. He clutches it in pain. Is that your turn? The flesh golem continues attacking this guy, because why not?
Gets advantage too.
No, you're not fine.
Oh, sorry. I got their position switched up.
If he was attacking Grenna and he was on the vampire side, he'd have advantage. Other than that,
Whatever.
Oh man, is vampire hypnotizing the beagle?
I got their spots.
I don't think it can, but that'd be kind of funny if it did. However, both of its attacks do hit. 9 damage and 7, 12, 16 damage, so 9 and 16. Boom, boom, slamming both of his fists. One goes in the thing's like small jaw, and the other goes right in its eye, and it shrieks out like fucking wiggles its tentacles around itself. The ones grappled to you guys. Yeah, it's this one's turn. Whose turn I definitely didn't forget last turn, just so we're all on the same page about that. It reaches out a tentacle at each of you and the flesh golem. So, arm class is 20 right now because of haste, right? So that's a miss. With your newly found speed, you put the shaft of the axe in the way and knock the tentacle away. The next attack is coming for Asura. Unfortunately, this one manages to find its mark as it gets you across the face for 14 damage, and now you have 3 tentacles on you, and you're like, this is hardly ideal.
You said 14?
14 damage, unfortunately. And the last one, it whips out against the flesh golem, and it hits.
Oh damn, that thing is
Man, my
rich.
AC
Yeah,
sucks
man.
against the.
No, these things are just rolling really
Yeah, I
well.
know. I fucking know this.
They
They
all
all.
multiple tentacles doesn't make it harder. Or doesn't increase the like restraint.
I don't think they.
That's weird as hell.
It's just a thing. Their tentacles. If they did 9 attacks on one thing, eventually it'd be grappled 9 times. It doesn't change it.
For one creature, yeah, that's weird as hell.
It hits the flesh golem real fucking hard though, getting max damage as it grabs onto its face and just rips, and then grapples the thing, doing 6, 12, 18, 22.
Damn, I mean, at least flesh golems have a lot of health, right?
Flesh golem, and like, well, between that and the fire damage it took earlier, it's looking pretty beat up. And it now goes back around to the top of the initiative, which means it is the vampire. The vampire does not regenerate. His wounds like they look like they were trying to, but the black flesh just sizzles in radiant power. And he looks down and he looks over at you and your holy symbol, and he at you in particular, because fuck you. That's him, not me. I'm neutral towards Sid, at worst. Yeah, he's not happy with that. The first thing he's gonna do is bite into Rob again, because he has you grappled still. Sorry.
Nah, I can't shove him off of me anymore anyway, because I have space to shove him. So, like...
You can knock him prone. That would get him off of you.
He would still technically be able to grapple, wouldn't he?
No. Shoving someone prone would stop the ground.
Okay.
You're still standing. He's grappling you from the ground. Just like wrapped around your
Some
legs.
fucking history's mightiest disciple shit like that. It's my special ground foot grapple because I have motorcycles. I don't actually know anything about that anime, just so it's abundantly clear. If it wasn't already abundantly clear, I know nothing about that.
I'm grabbing my feet. Makes me feel just as defeated as if he was grabbing me while standing. What is this?
And he does bite into you for
He's a real bitch.
6, 7, 12. Necrotic.
12.
It's already 30 necrotic.
That's what happens when a vampire grabs someone and bites them over and over.
Does that mean all the necrotic damage is reduced?
Yes,
Okay.
he has 30 reduced max.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been saying whatever time he's taken.
Sorry,
It's
it's just such a big number. Just like have your max
Oh,
reduced.
no, I know. It's not good.
Also, probably just
My
feel
max,
very
my
good.
max HP
Additionally, he swings out again. This time not at Glenna, this time at Asura, because Asura has that glowy shit. He doesn't like that at all. What's your armor class? 22? Unfortunately, he does manage to get his claw on you for 9. And then he drops you, and he attempts to run up to the ceiling and run out of here. However, that does provoke attacks of opportunity from with you 3. So
Aren't the tentacles still up there?
no, they were up here in this room. Now he's running out.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Or
I smite on attack.
5, 10. Actually, it would still be there, but he'll risk it then staying in range of fucking the guy with the holy blade. He'll take the fucking tentacles over that shit.
3d6, right?
Yeah, you can spend your reaction. It's fine.
Okay. Cool. Get advantage, obviously.
No, you do.
Yeah.
Because you're fucking with him as he's running out.
Oh,
so
I
all
thought-
3 of
I
these
thought
attacks have
attacks-
advantage.
Holy shit. Rob,
Yeah.
Brenna.
He's making a calculated risk because he's about to die.
26 to hit, by the way.
26 hits. 24
Yeah.
to hit. 24 to hit. That hits.
10 damage.
Really?
Yeah, he seems to be doing really well.
So level 1
He was
is...
doing a lot of damage to me.
I think
He's doing damage, but he was also taking a lot of damage. Anyway, you 2 hit. What did you get?
I got 30.
That also hits. He is almost certainly dead, but roll the damage anyway.
How many D8 is level 1? This way. 3?
Would normally be 2, but 3 because you're dead. So,
So
4,
4
so
including
4.
my damage.
Yeah, roll your guys'.
Is your rapier sword magical?
Yeah.
His rapier's magical.
My rapier is magical.
Christ.
I did silver it though.
Oh, you did silver. That's true.
25.
Oh.
25 radiant.
10 magical.
And how much did you do?
23 magical.
Okay, he's probably dead. I'm just gonna double check it real quick. Using my enchanted abacus. Ooh, I'm very in character right now.
Okay, see, I don't know
What
exactly.
sorcerer is
I
this?
don't know exactly how Google Glasses work, but imagine like a GM that like had all the rule books and stuff just like on Google Glasses, so then it didn't even look like they were looking up
If I
shit.
had money for that shit, I'd also have custom built like
Weren't
everything.
Google Glasses like a failed product?
Were they?
They'd
No,
still be
Google
taking
Glasses still-
awkward pauses whenever they look stuff up.
Yeah.
Just be less apparent. You'd think he's having a stroke, and then you're like, "Are you all right?" He was like,
Okay.
actually, grappling doesn't work that
So
well.
he runs up the side of the wall, and as he does, collectively, which I know is a little awkward, I'm going to ask the 3 of you, how do you want to do this? because he's very dead, and it's from all of your attacks.
Oh, so it should be like a team.
So you basically triple teched him. If you weren't grappled, I would say you should do some sort of
what
X
are you
cut
attacking?
3D
With
thing.
a rapier
But you're
or
grappled, so
something,
that doesn't.
stabby.
So yeah, a
Okay,
stab
I
and
want
2
to. I want to
slices.
say
Also,
we
I'm
both
just gonna
stab
give you
into
guys each one
to
because I
pull him
can't.
down while Greta
Yeah.
Greta does a decapitation as we pull it down because Greta
That's-
has the X.
That's fine with me.
Because it's a longsword and a rapier, so those both kind of.
I am also fine with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you stab into it, pull him to the ground, and as you do, he hangs his head in pain, and Greta brings the axe blade and separates his head from his body in a swift stroke. And it looks even cooler from the fact that two of you are still grappled by tentacled hate beasts right behind you, but you don't let it get in the way of killing the shit out of this guy. He is hella dead. Which means the bats go away. You damaged these, so you
I
can have
guess that
those.
means you get it.
And...
Boy, I didn't know that.
Neither I nor David.
I thought they would just stay there.
No, I gave each of you one, so you can give that last one too.
Anyone then, I guess.
Does anyone want this? I'll put it back in the bag.
Become weird.
Yeah, anyway, so that was his turn. So it goes back around to Emrod's turn, who was gonna do stuff to the bats, but they're dead now, and now he's just holding his flaming sword like, okay.
Running there like a wild man and just starts swinging.
Emerald does actually move up to get in between Carac and the enemy. He knows he's getting to his shit. How wounded is everyone?
Well, I have 18 HP.
You have 18 HP? How much HP do you have, Ashara? 27. Grenna?
29.
20.
We're not
You're not damaged yet,
Oh, over 50.
and you are over 50. Okay.
Down to 77.
Well, Emron would like to heal Carac first, but you two are in melee, so Emron is going to spend, I'm gonna say 3 dice on Brenna.
We could also go off the justification that
5,
there's
6, 7,
3 less in front
7,
of Carac.
12.
Yeah.
Technically,
You
40.
heal for 12 and gain 3 temporary hit points as Emron uses his Balm of the Summer Court on you. And then he is going to upcast a Cure Wounds on Asura. Also going by the logic that you're probably going to use the Tempt to rest after this.
I would hope.
He's going to cast it at the 4th level, healing for 11, 16, 19, plus 5, 24. Healing Assure for 24. And that is Emerald's turn, and it is now. Carv's turn.
I'll
I don't know
drop.
why that took me a second.
I'll drop my weapon, pick up my bow, and shoot the 8 beasts who are not within 5 feet of each other. Right?
Also, were you rolling a concentration save?
Oh no, but I will do that. I got attacked a shitload of times. How more?
3 times. 3 or 4. So just roll 3.
I failed. So.
Okay, so you fail immediately? Alright, then your hunter's mark is off, unfortunately. So you have to recast it if you wanted to.
Nope. Instead, I'll cast Hail of Thorns, and I will. No, fuck. That was a fucking question.
Yeah.
Does it have to be an enemy or a target square?
It hits everything within a certain radius.
And you have to target it with it.
Yeah, I have to target it with it, and
Makes
both of the enemies are.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do? Well, I mean, you can, but you'll hit the flesh one. No, he's right.
The flesh one was fucked up anyway.
It's pretty wounded.
Yeah.
Healer, right?
No, you can. No, you killed the guy. It's fine. It's a construct.
I
Even so
will.
magical.
Can it even take damage then?
Yeah.
Things
It's just
like
Yeah,
cure wounds. Because
not necessarily. That's actually not so much of a
Really?
Or if it is, I haven't seen anything about it in the books yet.
I'll just attack the. I'll continue to attack the. Wait, which of them looks more damaged?
Definitely the eye.
Golems.
Well, I'll attack
That one.
the eye.
Yeah, the golems.
But if you attack, if you
Been
drop,
pulling a stand cry on that one.
it'll damage flesh goes.
24
and
to
possibly us.
hit.
24 to hit?
Yeah.
That hits.
Gotta pull out your punching glove right now.
Wait. 22 damage.
Okay.
It is possible that somebody wants to play Hawkeye. They basically not Hawkeye Green Arrow. They basically could.
Yeah. 17 to hit.
That hits.
19 damage.
Okay. The 2 arrows strike into it. It is wounded. Let's knock her down. And it is now Ashura's turn. Now you're grappled. So unless you have a way of breaking free, I'm not sure how you're going to reach it. Either of them to hit him.
Throw a javelin.
Can
I
cut the
range?
What?
damage?
You heard from now something that... Okay. You remember being told before by Thoradin that flesh golems do not take damage from lightning. So, you could use your wand of lightning bolts. It won't hurt the golem, and it'll hit him. It's something that doesn't hurt him. I rolled an intelligence check for you to see if you remember, and I got a 20.
That's a charge, though.
That is a charge, but I'm saying if you want to... no, it doesn't look almost it.
Well, it's also one of the charges for refresh, weren't they? Like, you haven't used it since we've been in the White Portal, and it refreshes.
Yeah, but it has 7 charges too.
Yeah. Unless you used it in white
charges.
Yeah, unless you used it in white, you have full charges.
It's true.
So
I
find it funny that this is called the Chronicle.
And I doubt I end up using the remaining 7 charges between now and next dawn.
Actually, you know 2 things. Not only is it immune to lightning, if you lightning bolt it, it'll heal.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm definitely doing that.
Yeah.
Huh. Because
So
I
if
was
you
gonna
wanna
say
heal
I
him,
wanted
you
to,
can
I
lightning bolt
wanted to heal the golem because I don't want it to go down because it's
Well, you can.
Deal damage.
Yeah.
Every player stream.
uh
Heal and deal damage.
so it's just the
Players only want
I rolled-
one thing, and
so I-
it's disgusting.
I can't remember if I rolled to see.
Is it crits?
Is it a
It's great.
is it a save or
They roll saves.
Okay.
Against 15.
I also love the one that's like, this is what I don't like video games. It's the Final Fantasy and it's somebody interacting
Roll
with
me a
dog
D20
from
actually.
Fallout, or somebody like taking care of their horse in Red Dead.
They have lightning blood. They might not be affected by it either. Something occurs to you as you're reaching for the wand.
They might just be
You're still healed the golem though.
you said it might?
It might. You don't know because you don't know what this thing is, but it did bleed lightning blood all over you, so
If anything, it has a resistance.
it could be immune. It's possible.
Immunity or resistance, definitely.
Or need to make heal the goal. If there's a super concern.
Or you can use your action to try to break free the ground.
Which one?
Yeah, I guess you
Can I move too?
Which one?
After that, yeah, you can move back.
You don't have to.
You wouldn't be able to attack, but you'd be able to break free and then move.
You don't have to spend multiple things per thing grabbing this thing, right? Okay. I reviewed 9 tentacles. You have to break out 9 times.
Well, I was gonna say, can I get the golem to do some? It would also have to use its action to break free because it's grappled. But can I have it do that on its turn? Or, yeah,
Why?
because can I just hold action until it goes, and then when it's done, I can just do fire breath and both of them. Prepare.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that whole-
No, you can do that.
Prepare fire breath.
The golem could shove the guy, which would break all the
If you're
guys.
asking the golem to move and preparing an action, you can do
Because I don't want to hit it.
that. Right. No, you can do that.
Okay.
Alright, so is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, it is now
'Cause I can hit the
Thoradin's turn.
here. I just want the golem to move here where the golem's can. Right? If
Yeah,
it moves
yeah.
here.
If
Okay.
he moves there, he'll be fine. Rip.
Heal for 6.
Alright. Is that your turn? Okay. It is now.
Did you say you're good health now, or not really?
I'm at 24 out of 60.
So
This one goes.
I'm not.
It has. It's hitting both of you, right?
Yeah.
I need each of you to
That's
roll me a Constitution saving throw. You can add his +4 from him though, because the horn is right next to him.
It's hitting both of us again.
Kind of.
Oh, it's 26.
Okay. Yeah.
11.
11? Okay. So, you feel its teeth try to suck into you again like it did that one time. However, it does not work. You feel its teeth bite into you where it has you grappled, and then you're electrocuted, and then you feel your blood being like drained from your body.
Lame.
You take...
Shut it. No.
Oh, that was... 21 lightning damage, and you had 3 temporary hit points, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As you take the lightning damage, it seems as if some of its wounds start to close.
I wonder if something heals, like if it deals damage and stuff, and it only hits 10. Does it not heal because it didn't deal damage?
Yeah, that's why I asked it if you have to.
Oh.
So,
Done.
he
Okay.
then makes an attack at the golem with his third attack. And misses. The golem bats it away. It is now Squig's turn.
That peeps it away.
Yeah, this room sucks. Okay.
Does it though?
No wonder these enemies were in here.
Well, let's see. Okay, if I wanted to cast a spiel that is a 20-foot radius, 20-foot cube, there's no space in there, I can shoot it. That
No,
would-
it would hit at the. It would hit Emerald and these two. Even if you hit the far back one.
Okay. Then I'll not do that because I do not want to give the enemies advantage as well. Damn. Okay. Yeah, then. Oh, fuck. I will cast Aid and
This will roll me a concentration save to keep the. It's a Constitution saving throw against 11 to keep pace.
does it get the plus one?
Constitution.
15.
Okay.
Yeah, Aid is up to 3 creatures within range, and I'll choose the 3 people in front, which would be Asura.
So how much?
Increase your max and current by 5.
Okay, you guys' current HP increases by 5. It is now Gunna's turn.
Am I allowed to switch weapons?
Yeah.
Then I will do my best to switch out current weapon for all that I have on me. And I will attempt to assault this one.
Okay.
Is that a new one? Or is that one you just
had it. I bought it like at a point. I was like, nah, bludgeoning if it ever like comes up. And it came up. But you know. I got 12 to hit on the first one, first attack.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
22 hit to hit on second attack.
It's
And haste again.
Third attack, yeah. Third attack is 16 dead.
hits as well.
Neat. And second attack. Got 13 damage. And the second attack got 13, or the third attack got 13 damage as well.
And is that your turn?
Yeah.
It is now. Golem goes. I don't think he's gonna break free. Going too low. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'll double check it, but he won't really
Could try to use his action to. No, wait,
Because it would be
try to break your action.
his strength. Athletics. He has it. Yeah, he played college. So it's very athletic.
Yeah, no, he doesn't beat it, sorry.
Falling prone.
You can still fire breath if you like, but he's gonna take some of the damage.
Falling prone would make it better. The. Nah, I guess not. The thing had a chance.
Did you want to fire breath anyway?
No.
Okay. Yeah, he struggles against the thing, but is not able to get free. The other one,
I guess I can still use my Wand of Lightning Bolt on these two.
yeah,
For
which
my-
you have to wait.
Oh wait.
Yeah, you have
Your action was
fire breath.
So I completely wasted it. Awesome.
You can still fire breath if
Fucking
you like.
Useless piece of shit.
He rolled a 4. What do you want from me?
Useless piece of shit.
He's been doing damage.
What has he done recently?
He's hit this thing like 4 fucking times. Anyway. Fucking. Roll me another con save. This one tries to drink your blood because it had you grappled.
31.
You're fine. That attempts to attack Ren again. And hits for. 11. Hits for 11 and grapples again. And then attempts to drink the. No, this one wasn't grappled. This one's not grappled. And then it attempts to drink your blood as well with its last attack, so make sure we another Constitution saving throw. Don't remember to add this +4.
20.
That succeeds. You resist having your blood drained, and it now goes back around to Emerald's turn. It's gonna use a cure wounds on Brenna. He's gonna use a cure wounds on Brenna. And it is now Carg's turn.
Alright, so the eye's the one that looks the most hurt. So I guess I will. They look relatively healthy though still.
The eye looks much less healthier than the hand.
I will cast Life Mark. 15 to hit.
misses.
Alright. 21 to hit.
That is.
22 damage.
Okay, your arrow strikes into it, doing damage. And is that your turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Sure. It's your turn. Now.
Do you have that aura of fear?
Dragon Fear?
No. You switched it up, so. I mean, you could throw a ranged weapon if you like.
Would the blood reach Greta or me?
No.
Roll.
Or if it reaches them, then heal.
Man, if you had a weapon
Yeah,
with reach.
we should have just thrown the golem the sword and let him go on tour.
Everyone each got a pike for exactly the situation.
Well, wait. I have a great axe with the golem.
It can't really weapons.
Alright, I guess I just
Jacob's
throw 2 javelin at the eye.
What you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me attack this.
Get spiked. No.
25 and 18.
Those both hit.
7. Total damage? No, wait. 15.
Your 2 javelins strike into him. As they do, lightning blood spills out over the flesh column, which seems to invigorate him. It is now Thoradin's turn.
Just like
You cast slow? Okay. What's the...
15.
Unfortunately, they both save. Yeah.
Why are these weapons so
I don't know. It is now. I assume that's your action.
Yeah.
Okay. This one goes again. They just keep doing that.
these things.
Actually, I think it's legally required to not. Fucking. Actually, it totally can keep doing that. So I need you to roll me a con save as it tries to drink more of your blood. We'll get ungrappled if you don't want it to keep doing it.
Is this damage?
Huh?
Is this damage?
Yes, it would be damage if they fail.
Still get a +4.
Yeah, it's still a +4. What'd you get?
34.
60.
You're both fine. Then does it again on you because it's grappled you twice. So roll me another one.
Oh, that's the benefit of being grabbed from multiple tentacles.
It's just not from those creatures.
23.
Jesus Christ.
It finds no ability to drink either of your blood. Squig, it's your turn.
I'm gonna pull out one of the ones magic missile and use 6 charges, so it'll be 4 darts on each one.
Okay. Roll. You tell me how much damage you take.
First one takes 12. That's the end. Oh wait, 12 plus 4, so 16. So I've got a +1.
Okay.
Ironically, these are harder to kill than Ctenmiir.
Well, to be fair, you did deal 60.
You're also focused it, but that's besides the point. Tell me what you got.
14 on the other one.
Okay. Your magic missile strike into both of them. They screech. It is now Greta's turn.
Cool.
You need to break its ground.
Let him go!
Oh.
Do it again!
If I just hit it enough, it'll let go.
I forgot about
I think I'm fine with the grapple part. I'm just not fine with the
not being in melee.
lack of moving. Well, if I was in melee, I'd be taking damage.
You could try to have the goal and take his action, try and shove the thing grappling you
Wait,
so
the-
it'll break the grapple.
It's not really gonna work.
Yeah,
My
I'm
first attack got
24?
2 hit.
Okay, that hits.
Second attack was a 15 to hit. Third attack
The
was
15 misses, unfortunately.
and the third attack was a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Second attack dealt, or first attack dealt 12 damage.
Okay.
Second attack was a miss. Third attack is 9 damage.
And is that your turn? As you slam your hammer into it twice. Okay. It is now Golem's turn. You're actually unfortunately one Golem Smash misses, but the other Golem Smash hits. As this one fist slams into its eye, it is really wounded. This one goes. I need you two to roll me a Constitution saving throw, and also the Golem.
Is that twice for me?
No, once for each of you. And one for the Golem. Also has the benefit of your aura, so the Golem succeeds.
Hey.
No, add it all.
15.
Unfortunately, you still fail.
He is now taking damage, though, if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume that's why you were asking.
Yeah.
How much is your shield?
8. Well, it's first
18. Okay. So as he starts drinking your blood, Thoradin holds out his hand, and the shield that protects him from so many attacks wraps around you and takes the brunt of the attack. 8 times 9, 10, 17. So not only do you not take any damage, although your barrier goes down by 17, he doesn't regain any health because he can't. His bite somehow
That's
he wraps the
that's
barrier
best
around
part
his
about the whole
teeth,
thing, is
and
it
it's
not
just like,
regenerating
and it makes a
all
noise like, why?
very
It actually says why. It can speak. Or sorry, actually, do any of you speak Undercommon?
Yes.
Undercommon? Then you hear it shout, why? Thirsty. The rest of you just hear like guttural hissing.
Hissing, chewing noises.
No, it's more eloquent than that. It's what the drow speak. Anyway, what did you roll on your Constitution save?
20 that way.
However, you just tough it out. You flex, and the teeth just can't get in. It's like if you've ever popped a mosquito by flexing, except it doesn't pop. You force the teeth out because you're so swollen.
Shit, I figured
That's the
out.
point I'm trying to make.
For some reason, I imagined instead of that happening, you flexing, forcing all that blood to shoot into it, and it pops that way. That's what I saw for some reason, but
And it dies. No.
Yeah, I've been able to do
want my
that. I've been
blood
able to
take
hold one there, though, like lock it in place. I haven't been able to make one this one, though.
From by flexing.
No, but I've been able to hold it in place. And I see it actually trying to like, ow, shit. I'm stuck.
this.
Okay. So Emeron lashes out with a thorn whip, grabbing this one and attempting to pull it. Dealing
If only poles could
6. Okay.
It could be that, like the best support ability.
and lashes the thing in the eye and rips the thing's eye open.
Oh.
Ironically, it
Deflates and falls.
That's one.
what, like a balloon?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 6.
Okay, it is now. Carc's turn.
I will attack the.
I assume you're gonna
Was I grappled by that one?
Yes, unfortunately, you are grappled once.
That's fine. This is fine.
You remind me of that dog. This is fine.
Earlier when I had all of them grappling.
You are literally the fucking dog meme. This is fine.
I'll shift my murder mark to that one and shoot a bit.
Now I need an image of that.
23 to hit.
Oh, for sure, just like wrapped in like 20 tentacles. It's fine.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
You got $5.
I'll give you $5 for
28 damage.
28 damage? No.
Yeah.
Use it for one of the images that goes by when we need stock images. Or just a flash for the encounter that happens during the
The next attack.
Like one frame. There's just
misses.
that picture.
Next attack misses.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, your other arrow goes wide. It is now Shure's turn.
Okay. Just reminds me. Okay, if I make it bleed, that is ground. Right?
Yeah.
In the middle of the movie. Second me.
Do you have a door hammer?
Bottom with the hilt of Shatterspeak.
Hold
I'm not
hold
close
the
enough.
spike by the blade and whack.
I'm not close enough and I'm grappled.
It's not true.
Like chivalry.
Actually,
Unscrew the hilt.
what I can do is I can roll to pummel.
Well, I was referring to a German fencing technique where you grab it by the blade and bludgeon their head, try to bust their head in with the.
That's just a European.
Oh, well, I saw it as a
Granite. Wait, you have bludgeoning. Never mind. What I can do though is I can roll to break free, move here, so Granite gets advantage on your turn.
That's true. You can do that. Roll me an athletics check. You have to beat 14.
Plus 4.
No,
So that's on saves. It's 12.
Did you roll a 4? That's what the fucking golem rolled.
Shit.
You're like brothers and unable to break grapple. Unfortunately,
So
you
that's
can't.
my turn.
Yeah, that's
Brothers in arms.
So
these are
I can use my bonus action still.
Yeah, if you want to throw out like a shield of faith or something. Then again, it's just blood sucking at this point. So.
Oh, it's just
It
one
doesn't really make a difference.
No, I'm saying shield of faith isn't going to affect the blood sucking attacks. It's the
Yeah.
same.
Fine, that's it.
Okay. Thoradin, your turn.
Casper is Sitsuki.
Asura.
And
Card. Okay. You throw a plus, you'll add a d4 to your attacks and saves.
Cool.
Thanks. Which will be really useful because blood sucking is happening. So, I need the two of you and the golem to roll me constitution saves. But add a d4 in addition to the plus 4 you added. Oh, ha! You can't drink the golem's blood, I just realized.
Just
Lightning damage. It can't work.
because it deals lightning damage.
Which doesn't deal damage to himself.
Does that heal him?
Yeah, it does. What?
I guess.
22? That succeeds. 27. That also succeeds. It is now Squig's turn.
How injured does it look?
Pretty injured. It's hurt. It's bleeding all over it. Its eyes drooping. Its mouth so desperately thrashing about.
You know, this thing's been going on for way too long, and calls for it. I'll run in there and try stabbing it with the dagger twice.
Okay.
It'll hit you and Granite.
It'll do lightning damage and kind of damage. That's true.
If I stand over by the golem instead, using the bonus action to disengage, and throw the dagger.
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
Then it'll just hit granite.
It's not towards me. Damn.
It releases a 5-foot radius of electric blood every time it's moved by a piercing.
So unless you have bludgeoning.
I
Gotta
do, it's just not higher. I'll pull up the hammer.
Okay.
And, I can't.
It's not a dex weapon. Ray of Frost.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, just anything that isn't like piercing or slashing.
Alright, roll Ray of Frost.
9.
9 misses. Unfortunately, it coats the wall with ice behind it. It will say warm-blooded for now. It is now Greta's turn.
Cool. I will attack. First attack is 22 to hit.
16 is what you got.
Cool. And then second attack will also be hit. And third attack is unfortunately a miss. Wait. Uh, 16 damage. And another 16 damage.
You slam into it twice, leaving its eyelid droopy, its tentacles drooping. It is extremely wounded, barely holding on. The flesh golem goes, but it's gonna have to try to break free because it can't. It's like,
Could it shove it
Flush
closer
golem.
to it by
No,
having to
can't do that.
do
the flesh golem breaks free and moves around to flank it, but it can't do any attacks this turn, unfortunately. And it is now goes back around to the top, so it's Emeron's turn. Emeron is going to hits 2d6. Hits, pulls it, making it drop all its grapples because it's been moved. And it is extremely wounded. 2 of its tentacles have fallen off. It's panting and cursing and undercommon. You mites! You are nothing! Ah! And it becomes Carac's turn.
Okay, Carac's obviously. Oh, can I have to move into the room down to see it now?
No, you can still see it. It's big. It'll have cover, but you ignore that sharpshooter. So.
I will attack that bitch.
Have to be bludgeoned.
I will do one first attack. So the first attack failing, that's a... No, I don't have any bludgeoning. Fuck.
But arrows don't.
Yeah.
Because they stay in.
Oh.
It's written that if it's a melee attack. And your javelin attacks because it's a melee attack, that's the one. Is how it works.
Oh.
But if it's an actual bow,
Okay.
yeah.
The second attack misses too because somehow I rolled a 1 in a row.
Do you add your plus?
I did.
Unfortunately.
The bless makes my attack a 14 on the 2. So I still miss.
Bummer. Alright.
Sorry.
Okay, Asura, it's your turn. And you can move again.
Yay.
Can't make shadow spike.
No. You have that old mace, if you don't mind losing the adrenaline bonus.
It's mace.
Whatever shadow spec rolls -1. And then it does a d6 plus 6. Or plus 7.
Plus.
No, because it's not as well. So yeah, roll and add 7 plus bless. Roll for one for the hits, you're fine.
26 and 18.
Looks it. Bring your mace, you slam it into the wall, eye first, it splatters, you hit it again, more of it splatters as it falls to the ground like a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube beholder of death. Blood fissures from it. It is very dead. You have killed it. You give that to whoever you want.
Things take fucking forever to kill.
Hey, it was healing.
It had 2 HP on Carac's turn. That's why I was like, it's probably miss. All right.
Yeah.
Are we taking a short rest or long rest?
What, we're taking
Well,
a fucking long rest.
now-
Fuck that.
as you look around the room, which I'm going to get to in a second, you see out of the corner of your eye a glittering trove of coins in a small coffin in the back of the room, which we will go over exactly what is in that after the break. Stick around. And we're back. This episode is not brought to you by any sponsors, but if you sponsored us, it could be brought to you by you. So if there's any dice companies out there who want to give us free dice in, exchange for a sponsorship deal, I will completely man-whore myself out for free dice.
We could even get to work on the dice can, the die can.
Buy us a dice can and we'll put it over Sid and you can see him get angry over crit fails. It'll be
And
great.
then throw your dice, but see, they're not even damaged.
That's how good their dice are.
Meanwhile, I proceed
Mario,
to try every
I don't know.
possible
It would take a really high quality company to withstand the kind of extreme role that we did.
Yes, it would.
Are you sure that there's any place that would be up for that?
I don't know. They'll just have to find out. This episode is brought to you by socks. I don't wear them. Anyway, so last we left off, you had just defeated the death kisses and the vampire, and you had seen back in the vampire's coffin in the far end of the room there was a glint of shining, shimmering, splendid.
Oh wait, does he not reform his coffin?
Nope.
Oh,
He
that
was
was
defeated with radiant, so he dies.
Really?
Was he?
Yeah, he smited on the attack that killed him.
But all three of you guys attacked at the same time.
So-
yeah.
So the thing is, the bottom of the coffin is broken out during the fight, and you see in the space under the coffin, there is a 6 leather sacks, some of which are opened, and you see a number of coins sticking out of. 10,000 silver and 9,000 gold split up between the 6 leather sacks. A potion and 3 spell scrolls. Additionally, at the bottom of all of that is a wood hafted with black metal bands up at 3 separate parts on it, and a black with yellow, like filigree headed warhammer.
Huh.
Someone should clearly cast Identify on the Warhammer.
I'll look over the potion and figure out what it is.
Potion is a potion of mind reading. The 3 spell scroll. Are you going to identify the items?
Yeah.
So, and you're identifying them? Okay, so the 3 spell scrolls are Conjure Minor Elemental, Dispel Magic, and Magic Mouth. Additionally,
Magic Mouth's a funny spell.
or wait, let me be here.
You said Magic Mouth and Dispel.
Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Do you know?
There's a third spell though.
Conjure Minor.
Conjure Minor Elementals. As you pick it up to begin casting Identify, you hear a voice in your head and says, "Ah, brother dwarf, shall we go and find my brothers and sally forth on righteous adventure?"
Does it speak out loud?
No, it just speaks in your head.
Okay.
It's speaking Dwarvish.
Yes.
Excellent. The weapon attunes itself to you
Oh, fuck.
automatically.
Okay.
You have acquired Whelm.
Oh, damn.
This weapon
Now I'm just whelmed.
is has a +3 to attack and damage rolls. It's a warhammer. It can be thrown. It has a range of 20 feet with a long range of 60 feet. When you hit with a ranged weapon attack using this, the target takes an extra 1d8 bludgeoning damage or an extra 2d8 bludgeoning damage if the target is a giant. Each time you throw the weapon, it flies back to your hand after the attack. You can use your action to strike the ground with Whelm and send a shockwave out from the point of impact. Each creature of your choice on the ground within 60 feet from that point must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become stunned for 1 minute. A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on itself on a success. Once used, this property can't be used until the next dawn.
How do you spell Whelm?
Whelm. While you are holding the weapon, it alerts you to the location of any secret or concealed doors within 30 feet of you. In addition, you can use an action to cast Detect Evil and Good or locate object from the weapon. Once you have cast either spell, you can't cast it from the weapon again until the next dawn. Whelm is sentient, obviously, as it spoke to you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was the DC on the shockwave?
15.
15. Okay.
That is Whelm, the legendary weapon of dwarves.
Already got a legendary weapon.
There's 3.
And one of 3 weapons of White Plume Mountain. Along with, at least according to the weapon, his brothers.
Is that in the other?
All dwarf weapons.
The trident is a dwarf weapon, and the longsword?
Greatsword.
Greatsword.
I mean, maybe.
And I can't use any.
I assumed he meant something else, my brothers.
That's not true.
The theory that the weapons are the brothers. And
Giant
these
sword and
weapons.
weapon. Anyway, so yeah, you have obtained Whelm. It says, it's good to be out of that hole. So when are we killing giants?
Is it just giants?
He's talking in his mind.
Sorry.
Well, one's against the giants. After this.
He's talking in his head.
Soon, I'd assume. Hopefully.
Good.
I feel
You
like
hear its head shake, but it is just a warhammer.
In your head, Thoradin.
I feel like it would be more. Well, I think it would be definitely funnier if it talks to you telekinetically, but you have to speak aloud for it to hear you.
One of those.
No, you can communicate telepathically.
Yeah, we'll do that, of course.
He just chooses to speak aloud.
I'll swing the hammer though around.
You swing it around?
Yeah.
You swing it around, it cleaves through the air.
Watch it.
It's a weapon of power. Do you actually have history?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to roll a history check?
Yeah. I'm talking
Were there more?
My hand got in the way. If you want to let him re-roll that.
Sure.
about.
Well, you know what? Since it's a dwarven thing, I'll let you roll with advantage. So roll again. Because advantage.
That's better than what it was.
Yeah. That'd be 13.
Do you know this weapon is actually specifically related to your history, although thousands and thousands of years ago. Whelm was the personal weapon of Thoradin Ironfist, the supposedly the man who originated the Iron Fist line. He was the first Iron Fist, and supposedly he slayed the king of hill giants and took his ancestral home for the home you have.
Cool.
That like 4,000 years ago.
See the voice of the axe?
The hammer?
Or hammer?
No, you don't know. But yeah, his name was Thoradin Ironfist. So, I believe you guys were taking a rest.
Yes.
After I heal.
Well, it might be a good idea too.
Yeah. I guess so.
Short rest or long rest?
I would prefer a long rest.
I get all the spell slots back.
So you get all 30 of your fucked hit points back.
Yeah, that's probably like the main
Jeff, did you
portion
double check
of
the thing?
rest.
It
Yeah,
may
let's
be for
go.
the best.
There's no other entrance or exit. Is there another entrance or exit in this room?
No, you'll have to go back. So this is actually a pretty defensible position.
Okay.
Especially
But they have to
since
get
actually
up
won't be an
here, too?
intelligence check. Oh, well, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. They'd have to get up through the mud pit to reach you, so it's fairly defensible.
All right.
Yeah, you know what we had to go through
Sounds
like
like
10 minutes ago?
We could lock down this room.
One way in, one way out. Unless there's a secret door. Can I?
Okay, so you guys are going for a long rest?
Could we have
That's
rolled?
really smart.
Could we search the entire room, or could we have rolled for perception?
Why not?
There was nothing else in this room.
Okay.
And you know there are secret doors now because, well,
Yeah.
Oh,
auto detects secret doors within 30 feet. Yeah, that's what happens when the adventure is just like, this dungeon has 3 artifacts, and I'm like, why?
Oh, there are. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I just wish the
they
pipe
are legendary
was
doom
a
weapons.
sword or a mace or an axe.
Well, there is a sword.
I know, but it's a great sword.
Oh, can you not wield greats?
Well, you lose
Absolute
dueling
wield.
and
Oh.
Anyway, so you are you doing anything before the rest? You said you wanted to spend.
Yeah, spell slots to heal.
Okay, so roll those out. Roll the rest of your spell slots to heal.
Yeah. Let's do.
For each first level slot, it's a D8 plus your wisdom modifier. For each second slot, it's 2. For each third, it's 3.
I'm. Unless they're
And
heavy.
since you guys are settling
What are
in
you
for a
looking
long
for?
rest, I'll say Emron is going to do the same.
Did you let someone borrow him?
Hey, can
They're
you get
right
his D8s back?
I'm lying.
What?
He has them.
A long rest restores all health, right?
But I guess they're restoring. They're doing the hit points in case you guys get attacked partway through.
So, question.
14.
That's not smart.
The
Okay,
golem.
hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to use both of his 2. Or actually, hold on. You might not need to worry about it. I need
I can cast
your
Fast
bag of
Spirit.
D6s. Emron's going to do it first. Emron has 2 healing spirits.
Oh, right.
Feel free.
So I'm
Use-
just going to roll 20 D6, and if any of you still have
Whatever you need.
I don't, unless they were all ones, or you know.
Does alarm have a range?
Oh wait, Emron only has 1, so if you want to roll one, Emron will roll the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7,
they could all roll 3.
Or are you?
9, 10.
6.
Yeah.
That should be.
Emron's heals for 40. So is anyone still missing points after 40?
Oh, it heals everybody for 40?
Yeah, heals everyone for 40.
I
Okay, well then his is about to go off.
34.
34? So 74 hit points is how much you're healed after the 2 healing spirits. Is anyone still down?
I am at full.
I'm at what is my current full.
I'm a little below full.
Okay, then roll Cure Wounds then.
I'm at 116.
Well,
So.
can I keep my roof on because it's
Yeah, you can keep your original.
14.
I mean, the
14?
long
Alright,
rest
you go for
does
14?
heal anyway.
Well, this is just in
Okay,
case you
cool.
guys get random encounters.
The 2 death kisses they wouldn't be considered poisonous or anything, right?
No.
Nothing in that.
What happens to them after they die? Do they disappear?
They deflate and then, well, no, they're just like a gross balloon skin.
And you can't
Oh.
do anything with their blood.
I was always kind of curious what happens to a
They
body.
look like a nasty blood condom. I'm just saying.
Big.
Cool. Maybe big for you, am I right, Sid? Yeah. I die every time I get an erection. It's like some corruption championship.
I wonder.
Insert Jesse.
insert Jesse meme.jpg.
I wonder if these things, health skins, would be worth something to someone.
You can try to skin it, maybe. Okay.
Well, I mean, if it's just a deflated balloon,
The
would
inner
you do
layer
anything
of
with
its
it?
flesh
Are you doing
is
anything else?
lightning resistant. I don't know.
What are your rituals?
Alarms.
I think I'd actually like to.
You don't have your Sheikah Slate?
I do.
That would be cool.
Who has your list of rituals on?
That would be cool if you could like tan it into like a lightning resistant coat.
Well, see, I was more thinking of like somebody could like kind of tan it onto
Is that
somebody's.
an option for any
shield?
creatures
I'll
or
pass.
skills?
Some creatures. Okay, so the book doesn't say one way or the other. Logically, it should work that way. Like, I think the way a cloak of displacement should be made is with a displacer beast hide, right? Like, that makes the most logical sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, dragon armor is made from dragons. That's what
So whatever the dragon was resistant to would.
is how that works. I don't think anything would apply for this creature.
I mean, it would probably make a shield or armor look really kind of cool or
I'll cast
fucked up,
Coordinate
depending on
Arrow.
what your point of view
I'll
is.
cast Coordinate Arrows twice on the hallway that's just before this room.
Okay. So you want to set alarms? Anything else?
Alarms. You want to be in a tiny hut?
Might as well.
Alright.
You're gonna put up a Lumen's tiny hut. Okay. You put up a Lumen's tiny hut. You set up your coordinates and you sleep in for the long haul. When you go down to sleep, Whelm says, "I'll take watch. You sleep."
Okay. Oh, I'm in the
Oh,
armor
yeah.
and everything.
And you mend everyone's armor, and he says, "Ah, a smith. I see you have a symbol of Morden as well. Good. It's been a while since I've been wielded by a cleric."
Yeah. I'll tell that's
So it's
my,
going to require a bit of rolling. Yeah.
I'll tell that's my name. If he
You tell
doesn't.
him Thoradin. He says, "Ah, an Ironfist.
Yeah.
I thought I sensed a good man. This will be an excellent journey together."
I look forward to this journey. I'll go many times, hopefully.
Yes. To giant slaying. Okay.
Requirement for weapon attunement must kill a giant at least every
So
3
at
days.
about an hour and 30
Or
minutes
berserk.
in, a black pudding rolls into the room, looks at all the you can't tell if it's looking or not, but feels the heat and just and rolls in, just moves back out of the room nah.
Oh, they don't like heat.
They have no way of getting to you. What are they gonna do? Jump?
Oh, right.
It's
the
a pudding.
nut side.
Okay, let's see what that is. Okay. How does your thing work? Your coordinates?
Anything that I did not specify that moves into the range of the hall gets arrowed automatically if it fails a DC 14 Dexterity save. And assuming it makes it, just more arrows will continue to shoot at it. And in fact, it'll get targeted a total of 12 times.
So it's like a turret.
The arrow, cast a spell.
Well, it fails, so
I believe it's a D6. It's in the Xanathar's, guys. No more than this.
And this is like a trap you throw down?
It's a spell, but it's essentially a trap.
it's like a ward, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Huh. Kind of reminds you of searing totems from WoW. I mean, I don't know how they work now. Apparently everything's been
Oh, so
changed.
this one. It's when it
dying
comes
too.
within 30 feet.
Game's actually dying now with all the things that have been going on.
Supposedly, yeah.
well, I mean, it's only been going for 15 fucking years. You can't expect the game to last literally forever.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Endless
The
DLC.
first herb does 2 damage
Well, I mean,
to
it had
it.
the new
Texture updates.
Guys,
Sorry.
The first herb does 2 damage to it if it fails to save.
is this damage magical damage or non-magical damage?
I guess it's just regular piercing damage. Takes 1d6 piercing damage also, so it seems not magical.
Okay, so how much damage?
Shoots regular arrows.
2 for
Oh,
the
yeah, it
first.
does.
Weird when it's set up by a spell.
Yeah, but it requires arrows. for it
Yeah,
to work.
it's a regular
So it
arrow.
actually shoots regular
Okay.
arrows.
All right, you hear one of your arrows. Can you tell when your thing is going off?
It doesn't say that. It alerts me.
Okay. How
Well,
many times does
whoever's
it go
on-
off?
Watch,
8.
obviously.
It'll go
will
off
be
8
alerted.
times.
All right, so then roll off all the damage for it.
I mean, it depends on
Wait,
how...
does it get a save against each arrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it depends on how loud firing an arrow is.
What's the DC?
14.
I'm just gonna roll the other 7 right now.
Okay.
It's a dex save.
Yeah, dex. Damage was not great, but
One arrow misses. Yeah, one of the remaining arrows misses.
okay.
So roll 6d6.
Well, I rolled 5 already. Hold Well, if one of them missed, I'll just say not roll the last thing. 10 damage total. Yeah. Who did I take these from? You.
Okay.
Didn't Jeff's alarms go off?
Now, your alarm goes off.
Mm.
You wake up. You look. At the front of the hall is 2 creatures. Made of stone with large wings. You recognize them anywhere. Gargoyles. One of them has like 7 arrows sticking out of its chest, but it doesn't seem dissuaded. They walk forward into the room unless you do anything. They look at your thing of force that's protecting the group of you. Or wait, actually, look up how Caitlin's fucking rest ability works.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's weird, isn't it?
Or it like hides you, so they might not even be able to detect you.
When Netflix gargoyles. Because everything has to be done by Disney.
Home
or
computer
Netflix
over
now.
during a short or long rest, you can invoke shadowy powers of the gloomy court to help guard your respite. At the start of your rest, you touch a point in space, and an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears centered on that point. Total cover blocks the sphere. While within the sphere, you and your allies have a +5 bonus to dexterity, stealth, and wisdom perception checks. And any light from open flames in the sphere, a campfire, torch, or the like, isn't visible outside. The sphere vanishes at the end of the rest or when you leave the sphere.
Okay. Then I guess they'll get perception checks to see if they even notice your camp.
So it's just camp. The fire is noticeable, but doesn't hide us.
Or you know what? Actually, everyone. It says a +5 to stealth checks, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone roll me stealth
Yeah, because
with a +5 bonus.
I would always try to stealth before going to hiding in a hole or cracking wall or something I can slip into.
11.
11,
19.
19,
15.
15,
28.
28,
What gets advantage?
7.
7. Okay.
I'm
so
you sleep
they
in your
head
armor?
down.
a sneaky boy.
They head down, look at the thing. One of them looks at the other in confusion, like pointing to its arrows. Do any of you speak Primordial?
Nope.
Nah.
The language comes up way more than I thought it would.
It's the reason I took it on Sasha.
Mm.
Although it hasn't come up in Strahd, so it shows what the fuck I know. But it's a good language to fucking pick.
Probably will.
Well, if Strahd's sending elementals after us, but somehow I doubt it. I think it's mostly just going to be undead. Regardless, they both look, shrug. One of them rips the arrows out, and they turn and leave.
Does the hammer understand primordial?
No, it doesn't.
Damn.
Oh, you know, did you look it up?
I do.
You cocksucker, maybe I don't want you looking up the fucking gear.
I wanted to write it down for Jeff.
Maybe there was a part of it that you weren't supposed to know about.
Mm.
Guy, did you fucking think of that?
It's cursed, isn't it?
I was gonna say, even if I knew.
It's always cursed.
It's not cursed.
Nothing can
I
just
half
be good.
expected you to actually say what, like in this.
No, why would I do that? I have
feel
some
like- yeah,
distraction
exactly.
sometimes.
Eventually there are some more things that walk into the room, look up, and just leave.
How's everything getting up here?
No, they walk into the room with the mud, look up, and they're like, well, we can't fucking get
The
it.
gargoyles can
okay.
fly. That's how they got down
Yeah.
to our hallway.
I'm just rolling to see if Gargoyle's here, because everything else can't reach.
Huh.
Or no, actually, that's not true.
I imagine like
Most things in
anything
here,
the
most
fire.
things on this list cannot get you, though.
Would ritual casting comprehend languages help with it? Not that
Well, it
matters.
would have, but they left already.
Yeah, no.
How long does it
matters.
last?
Also, it would have taken 10 minutes to cast.
A lot of wandering enemies and just.
This dungeon is very active. Resting is normally not a good idea, but you guys have 2 abilities and a pretty good position.
Yeah.
The book doesn't expect you to rest in here. It says roll for random encounter every 10 minutes.
Whoa! If we're taking a long
Which is why
rest.
I'm rolling a lot of rolls.
6,
12.
12. Yeah.
It doesn't expect you to long rest in here. But you guys have, again, between Tiny Servant and Emeron's ability, and the fact that you're up on top of this thing, make it really hard for things to find you.
48 encounters.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
ability just make us invisible or something?
No, but it makes it gives like shadowy cover and makes it hard for things to see you, so they have to roll a perception check as opposed to just finding you.
I thought something was in here.
Or you actually get a chance to stealth against it instead of what you normally get, which was nothing because you're in an open room. It basically makes cover for you to hide in. Okay, let's see.
Man, if getting up here wasn't so hard, we could just keep
Another
coming
pudding.
back here. I mean, we could keep coming back here technically.
I don't think
Fuck
I'm-
that.
Well, we could just
I'd
fly.
rather go outside.
We could
for
just
rest.
we could just fly every time.
10 out
All
of
right,
10.
everyone, roll me another stealth. As two like floating black cloaked specters look around the room, peering for something.
Oh. This is the one from the high school.
I think +5, right?
I think +5. And remember, don't roll with disadvantage unless you sleep in your armor like some kind of weirdo.
18.
18.
31.
31.
Well, I assume we were in a dungeon.
Well, then fine. You can roll with disadvantage if you really want to sleep in your armor.
Do you know that?
Alright, I got 10.
Okay. Squig?
20.
Okay.
20.
They look around, don't see anything, leave. Eventually, 8 hours have passed. The Warhammer wakes you up. Aye, lad. It's time.
Yeah.
Fully restored. Alright. How you getting out of here?
I really don't want to have to jump across the thing again.
Then how are you gonna get there?
Wait, why did the golem just let us up to this end?
Yeah, why did you lead us up here?
What did you asked him to lead you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we told him.
Oh.
Yes.
It assumed you
yeah.
were here for the weapons.
Oh,
Where
where are the other weapons?
can we go
It
next?
starts. It heads out. Back towards the way you came.
Fine.
When you say where are the other weapons, it nods and heads out back the way you came.
Okay.
Okay, follow it.
So as long as we keep the golem alive, we have a
Well, actually, I'm gonna
guide.
check and see how long the golem stays with you.
Oh, it might be on a timer.
From the encounter. Yeah.
That's right.
No, there's no timer actually. Never mind. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
give it the
Until
whistle.
I would
And
say
they could just pick up like 2 people.
it can't blow the whistle.
No,
Oh.
it has no lung.
Can we try to keep this golem alive?
Well, you're the one with the wand of lightning bolts. If anyone can keep
Yeah.
it alive, it's you.
Thunderwave can also technically heal it.
Don't worry,
Thunder,
I'll
not lightning.
save you.
Yeah.
Thunderous. Right. It's
Yeah.
a different damage type.
So, how you getting out of here? Because it starts jumping down the
Does
thing
that
with
mean
Emma on.
it take 8d6 healing?
Can
Whatever
everyone
amount of-
have cast water walk on us again?
Everyone can ritual cast water walk.
Okay, good.
That would probably be more efficient to just
Fly.
have one person fly people down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
I
someone
mean,
want to use the either Ashura or Grenna would make the most sense.
I did it last time if you want to do it.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay.
You blow the whistle and carry everyone down one at a time,
Waiting in between
except the
intervals
golem
of
because he's a little heavy. So he goes down the normal way, but he's strong enough that he can get that pretty easily. You head down.
I was gonna say I could help use flying to help give advantage. Anything if there were needed rolls.
Once you get down, he leads you all the way out to the sphinxes who are sitting just. And then one looks up.
Oh, wait.
The secondary one says, "Oh, you lived.
Why didn't we go outside?
You didn't go outside.
We didn't go outside. We went to the room with the sphinxes.
Yeah.
That's inside.
That's the first room.
It's leading
For
us
some
like
reason,
back
I
out
remember
for some
like the
reason.
3-way.
It's leading us to the
multi-room
next weapon.
split was after them for some reason.
It's in the same room with them. He's leading you back to the multi-room split.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Those leading us back
So I was
to
in
the
the middle
entrance.
of trying to explain it. You guys cut me off.
I'll say in character,
And she says, "Oh, I see you lived. Shame."
reflecting.
So you're still
We
just sitting on your ass.
It is a.
Would it be inconvenient for you, or would it be convenient for you if we die?
I don't care.
Oh.
The first one says, "Please excuse my sister. She's." She like waves her hand.
Rude.
We are beyond rude.
I'll say.
Seen any other adventurers lately?
The dead ones.
If we make it out of here alive, do you care if I pet you?
Yes.
Not the name, but oh, you do. I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask. I didn't want to just presume.
Would you ask your goblin if you wanted to get pet? Because trust me, I'm far smarter than he is.
I didn't assume you weren't. You just. Alright, whatever. I'm sorry. I can. Clearly.
Man, maybe you should.
She stares you down totally coolly, like she's like, I don't give a shit.
How did they know?
Can you make one of these? I hold up the wand of web.
She says, of course.
Oh, prove it.
Yeah. He goes.
She says,
That would take.
do you really think I'm that stupid?
Do you think we're that stupid?
Yes.
Anybody can claim to make something like that.
She says, well, you'll just have to take my word for it then.
I don't think that.
The golem, like, basically points down each of the paths you haven't gone, and then if none of you say anything, he starts leading you down the middle one.
Which one do we want?
But he's basically signifying to you that there's a weapon down both of them. And I should know, if none of you say anything, he starts walking down towards the middle one.
Oh yeah, no, I'm throwing
We'll do
just like,
both either way.
which one do we
Yeah.
want first? Trident?
I'll ask
Out
the
of the way?
goal and where's the
You don't know which one is which.
No, I'm
Oh,
asking
nice.
each other.
But I don't actually don't know if the
I'll ask the goal and which one has the Greek sword.
Golem shrugs.
Yeah, okay.
You don't think it knows specifics.
Probably just.
I'm fine with going down the middle route if that's what he auto passed
Yeah.
to.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is that one of the ones he points to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, making sure.
It's
There's
the one
like some mystery fourth path that
No,
we're not
no,
remembering.
he's pointing towards the middle and the left
You would
path.
know.
Yeah, the thing.
He would know.
Although
Fair.
the hammer being the first one that we pick up is extremely versatile in all these encounters.
So you head into a ruins.
During our rest of the golem restore health too?
He
Like,
got.
did it?
He was at full health because all the lightning bolts.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh,
But yes, he would have.
He just kept getting bathed in electricity.
It could be even better. Back in old editions, if they got hit with lightning, not only did they heal, they got haste for free.
I remember you telling me
Yeah.
that.
They used to get free haste on lightning damage.
Oh, that's so good.
Some
Yeah.
creatures
And
still
bad.
do. Apparently.
The shambling now,
The
but the
shambling.
flesh monster doesn't get, or flesh golem doesn't get that anymore.
I think it was badass if it did. Even
Yeah,
if it was
golems are a little
bad.
nerfed back from
Yeah.
2nd and 3rd edition. Iron golems in 2nd editions were some of the most obnoxious enemies in the
Isn't that
game.
because there's like
I don't know
classes and
why,
stuff
it
that
just
can
is.
make them now?
So, as you start heading down the center path, there is water here. Like once you start getting back to the main off branching, there are sets of water. As you move along the water covered corridor, you can see that the water is deeper in a small circular area to the east of you, basically to your right as you're walking along. Yeah. There's also, you can keep going straight as well. I'm just saying there's a pool there if you want.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if there's a pool, look into it.
Never fight.
Detect and percept.
Hmm?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it's a pool, it's just like, there's like
Oh, at the bottom of that pool, your weapon warns you that there's a door.
Oh, interesting. It's not the way the golden mates, but I'm still intrigued.
Do you go look in the water?
Sure.
Can't detect trap fodder.
Does anyone get in the water look? Because you're not going to be able to see until you get in.
damn it, I should have replaced something.
Yeah, well, before anyone does, ritual cast water breathing.
Okay, you start ritual cast water breathing.
I can go in.
Whoever goes
if I have
under the
to.
water, you
I'm
see
just-
that there's a wheel. It's a 10-foot deep pit, basically full of water, and there's a wheel down there.
just a wheel.
Yeah,
by
like
itself.
a wheel attached to the wall.
Oh, can I turn it?
Do you want it?
Yeah.
You turn the wheel. All the water in here and back there, like the water, drains out.
Huh.
And there is a secret door at the bottom.
Cool.
However, when you look at the secret door, the golem goes like this, just.
I'd say we
Is
listen to
that-
him.
How strange.
Is that where the wizard is? Wizard?
I'll say that
Is there like a understand
Mark this on.
dumb creatures spell?
Might be worth a visit after.
Yeah. If the golem is that insistent on us not going in there, maybe we should save it for after we get the 3 weapons.
That's what
That's
I meant
what
by
he
after.
just-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant after we
No.
get this weapon.
No, we completely finished task and maybe drop in on the
Hey,
visit.
what about that door that we never went into?
Okay. So, you keep going further. Eventually, you come into another chamber. You see that some of the water in this chamber has been, drained off. There's a 15-foot pool deep of water in the center of the room, although you think if the water wasn't drained, you wouldn't have been able to tell until you walked in and just fell into it.
Oh.
But because the water's been drained a little bit, that does not happen. As you enter the room, you guys weren't stealthing, right? I don't remember you saying it.
Well, I assume if the golem is eating us, we can't really spell.
I can cast pass out traits if you guys want to stealth.
Also,
You
this is
guys-
what Whelm looks like. Just so you have an idea.
Pretty badass. I can cast pass out traits if you guys would like to try the sneak.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing if the golem flesh golem is leading us, we can't really stealth.
Why would we not be able to stealth?
I don't know. I guess we'd have to tell it to stealth, and if it's not good at stealthing,
I was not sneaking unless retroactively someone said, "Hey, everybody sneak." In which case, I'm not gonna spoil the fun and would have tried to sneak.
Oh, I wasn't sneaking if we weren't planning on sneaking, but
I guess we weren't sneaking then.
if we were planning on it.
Then we were not sneaking.
Okay, so you weren't sneaking?
well, there's no reason you two can't sleep.
If you were planning on sneaking, go ahead.
I don't wanna.
then I'll just roll sneak and pop under your back. Yeah, that would seem.
It would be better if you hopped on the golem's back. It's much larger.
I don't want to touch it.
Is it gross looking? I mean, I assume it is gross looking, but it's
He showed us a picture. It's like bodies like stitched together,
Yeah,
like a
it's
Frankenstein
a
monster,
Mm.
but like uglier.
It gets healed by electricity and it makes noises. It just needs the bolts in its neck.
It's also weak to fire.
Yes.
Much like Frankenstein,
Yeah, Frankenstein is also.
I'm assuming
Okay.
it's just like the Frankenstein equivalent.
So,
or rather, this
as
monster.
you all
Oh,
enter
yeah.
the room, 3 beautiful pink and blue, like voluptuous women emerge, like very, very slightly from the water, and as they do, they beckon to you. I need Carac, Thoradin, and Squig to roll me wisdom saving throws.
Oh boy.
Yeah, great. Hey, the +4 thing, right?
Yeah.
26 then.
Jesus, man.
Okay. Thoradin,
15.
15. Squig.
7.
That's great. So, you see this beautiful woman, the most beautiful you've seen in your life, and you just walk into the water, which is actually hard because you have water walking on, but you actually like dive into the water to
Can I
move
grapple
it.
Squig? Shoes like
Do you try to grapple it?
Yeah, I want to grapple Squig.
Okay.
Yeah, can we
I would
can
also
we
like
react?
attempt to stop.
Is it opposed athletics or?
If I could,
Yeah, oppose that.
if I could assist Carac in some way, I would.
Sure,
like
you
to.
can roll it with advantage, or you can give him advantage if you'd rather.
I don't care either way, but I rolled fairly high.
Could have the golem take
You
off.
already like started, so
Alright.
Well, I assume if you rolled over.
What did you get?
4.
I got a 22.
Alright, so Squig is attempting to dive headfirst in the water to be with his life mate, clearly.
Carac will be
Carac,
trust
really
me.
calling me
I
over.
passed up something amazing back in the tomb. Don't do this, Squig.
he tells you he passed up something amazing in the tomb. Emerald looks and is confused. Like, what?
It was while you were
clearly a trick.
sleeping. Don't worry about it right now.
Okay.
No, she's so pretty.
It just turned
And
like
blue. Blue goes great with green.
I want to drag him back. Blue goes great with. I might start laughing, but.
I'm sorry. That was way too funny. Okay, anyway. That's fucking great. Okay, so, as you do, the creatures unfurl themselves and refurl themselves into, like weird sharp-like shapes as they unfurl themselves into some sort of weird, like, seaweed-like form and then form themselves into like, sharks. I need initiative.
The
Additionally, if you would like to roll a nature check.
I will definitely do
like
that.
fucking.
Can I grant him a...
Fuck.
So the
Can I grant him
water?
a...
I thought it was just like this.
So
Like
there
that.
is, I'll...
I got
give
it.
me the
You giving me guidance?
I got it.
Guidance, well, can I give him guidance and 8 since I have nature too?
I got a 20 on nature.
He
What
wants
did
to
you get on
grant.
nature?
In the middle of.
With guidance, I got a 12. But
I wish
he's
I
saying he
rolled
wants
that
to
for
give me
initiative, but-
advantage.
You can't aid someone on a knowledge check, but you said you got a 20?
12.
No,
I got
no.
a 20.
Okay, you're not sure. There are certain creatures that could kind of be like this. Somehow, you read this in a book once. You actually remember. This is a kelpie.
Oh.
A kelpie
Okay.
is like a
Yeah,
weird
I know.
shape-shifting seaweed creature that lures men to their death. Well, creatures to their death by charming them and then causing them to asphyxiate underwater.
Huh.
You know they are fae. Or they're plants, actually.
Oh.
You also know that your plant-killing sword will be extra effective.
Does that when they transform? Does that stop?
Yeah,
the charm?
that's in the bag.
Or no?
Nope, you're still charmed.
Oh,
You
okay.
still have the plant
And
sword
on your
written
turns,
down?
you must do your best to
Yeah.
get in there. And
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
It functions as a regular +1 longsword,
No,
except when you're attacking a
Plants.
plant, and then it adds a, I think it's 2d8 to the damage. Yeah, oh no, 2d6. So you do a 1d8 and then plus 2d6 when you're attacking plants.
Carac, you go first.
Oh yeah, I'm attacking fucking Squig.
Snap him out of it. Hit him. Drown him a little.
No.
That'll snap him out of it.
I want to.
Is there an item? Use item?
What, to restrain him?
Or no, or to not, like, force him to drink to end the charm.
I have no idea. Honestly, most of the stuff that would make him not be charmed would probably be in his fucking bag of holding, honestly.
But you are grappling him.
That is technically
Okay, what's your action?
They have to rest the bag.
Pull through
I am going to shove Squig down to the ground, and
it. Charm is that a spell?
There's a spell that charms people.
Charm is a status condition.
Okay, I was gonna say because we did get a potion to dispel magic, but that doesn't apply
That
to
is a
it.
scroll.
There, scroll. I was hoping
I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot at the fucking things instead. I was gonna try and hold on to you, but I assume if you.
Well, Squig's a lost cause.
That's not a.
My arms are tired.
I gotta agree with him on this one. Blue does go good with green.
She's also so versatile. She can be anything.
I'll cast Hail of Thorns this when I attack with my bow.
You sail forward and set attack with your bow.
Yeah.
None of them are within 5 feet of each other.
That, but I change it to 100 mark.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say.
Did you roll gold?
No.
They have to be
They're
adjacent.
each 10
They're
feet.
within 5 feet of each other.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
where are.
Yeah,
That's not
but
fun.
it-
David, that's 10 feet from each other.
you have to hit one.
They
I
have to
legit
be.
think that that's how it works.
No,
Like,
that's not how it
true.
works.
I know it sounded like
This
it.
is 10 feet away because they're two
Melee
spaces.
is 5 feet.
This is 5 feet away.
That's right next to it.
Yeah, that's 5 feet.
There's no feet because it's next to it.
No, David, them being no feet away from each other would be them being in the same square, which isn't how it works.
That
Yeah.
sounds silly.
Do you assume that when you fight someone, you're like,
Kind of.
Alright, so
Well, people do complain about the big 5 foot of, why there's a 5 foot space between combatants at all times, and how that's kind of unrealistic. Of which I saw
it's
this.
not that.
Well, Caitlin saw this really good argument in defense of it. It's like, if you saw a fucking wizard over there doing the Turbo Macarena, a fucking fighter swinging his sword 1,000 times a second, and a monk doing every Bruce Lee move at once, you would want to give them their space as well, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of want to get next to the wizard to punch
But
him in the face.
the wizard is doing the Turbo Macarena.
That 5 foot radius is the spacing that you normally do.
So,
When you're circling
like
each
when you're
other.
trading attacks.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't explain why grappling doesn't move you into your opponent's space, because
Oh yeah.
trying to hold someone down from over here is kind of hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is weird.
But it's whatever.
Hey,
hard to come and pushing
against you.
It's
ridiculous. So even without an accuracy and advantage, I rolled 2 3s and a 2 naturally. So my first arrow probably goes wide by a fair amount.
well,
Yeah, you miss hella hard.
well, I mean, wait, is it also just attacking as cover for shooting them?
I
while they're
ignore
underwater?
cover anyway.
Yeah, he ignores cover.
So
Oh.
even with that,
He's a sharpshooter.
yeah. This time though, I do not miss. So, well, I assume I
Guess some of
don't.
his hits.
If everyone gets off the water, I can electrocute it.
23.
23?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn that
Uh,
line into a
To
radius.
hit, and the damage is
Is that how it works with water?
22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay, an arrow strikes into one and shrieks, ah!
No!
Is that your turn?
Squig is the one with the red outline.
Yeah.
Logically, I'll be attacking the one closest to Squig then.
Okay.
So that Reese is one.
And that's your turn, so it now becomes
You just
the flesh golem.
No. Literally trying to save him.
Oh damn.
It runs out onto the water due to its yeah, and just reaches out and punches it twice.
I kind of find him charming somehow. With flesh.
It's a face only a mother could love.
Hits with both of his attacks as well. Oh wait, that was with. Yeah, hits with both of his attacks.
I do really like Avgren attached to it.
Yeah.
Does 18 with his first hit and
Do we know the goals HP total?
96.
96.
And 18 with his first strike, and then 6, 11, 15.
Don't they still look like a horse thing in
There's. So you know that they naturally look like a bunch of seaweed, and they can take the shape of humanoids or beasts to lure their prey into stuff. So
Depends.
the reports of them being horses is just that's a form they take.
this? I guess.
They can take. That's why they've turned into. What they've turned into.
I just am familiar with the horse ones. That's an old mythology.
D&D doesn't always use the same mythology as other stuff.
Yeah.
It tends to try to use the classic mythology, but it's not always the case. And tends to use pop culture stuff more often than not. Regardless, the 2 strikes wound it pretty severely as it shrieks and cries out more, and it is now Thoradin's turn. Actually, should have been your turn before the golem, whatever.
Down in the water.
Yeah. Well, they're underwater a little bit. They surface to use their charms, so they're still above water, like half above water.
Okay.
Sacred one.
I was thinking when I lost thought about fireball. Do a lot of damage and get rid of it.
Yeah. If you target like right there, I think.
Yeah, but I'm wondering what it was hurt my allies.
Yes, you can't fireball them without either hitting. Okay, so you can hit 2 of them with a fireball, but if you want to hit all 3 of them with a fireball, you either have to hit the golem or Squig and Greta as well. Or you can throw your hammer and green flame plated.
This is number.
This is in your hand.
Hey, I'm still here, by the way.
I'll do that.
Okay.
You get to be Dwarf Thor.
But
Hopefully. I want to be better than Thor. He's only a god. I'm a dwarf.
And he's fat now.
Roll with advantage on this one.
Isn't he?
I was gonna say, like, so
He's
So,
lost
so-
all his powers.
so
He rolled a
endgame.
crit.
What? No.
Bueno. Roll it.
Alright, how much? What's the damage?
So,
Right.
2d8 plus your strength modifier plus the d8, so 3d8. So double that. You do 68.
I did not think I'd have 68.
Yeah.
Well,
You deal 68 plus your strength modifier.
Get out. D8, not D6.
Oh, D8.
You got a D6.
yeah, let's go.
Here,
with
how many do you need? 2?
No, he's got enough.
Oh,
He's got 6.
never mind. Ignore me.
My strength modifier is not that great though, but
Whatever it's.
Shit, 68.
You know, the next time you want to go in with your hammer, you have a bunch of potions of hill giant strength that no one else uses.
And then we'll try
No, you can't.
yeah.
The strength for
One,
giants.
so 16.
Oh, yeah. The hammer even like that.
Strength is
Yeah.
so
16 damage.
Okay, so you pull your hammer. How are you just throwing it like overhand or underhand? You gotta do that.
Double.
So you grab and you throw it, and as you're pulling it out and you throw it, it shouts out loud in Dwarven, so I think only Greta can hear it, and it says, "Have at ya, you soggy bitch!" and flies forward, striking her in her face and causing her to scatter into a bunch of like seaweed all over the ground, and then as it hits the water, then flies back up to your hand and yells, "Huzzah!"
I was like,
Hammer can
yeah.
talk. Did your hammer just
That
talk?
was
Awesome.
Was that
Yeah.
one I was charmed by, or
Yeah.
is it the one?
Yeah, so the trap is gone.
No! Why am I here?
You do a favor.
Don't worry.
What the hell are those?
It happens to the best of us.
I guess it does.
Where did the pretty blue lady go? Where are those?
Welcome to the Charmed Club.
So,
All 3 of us.
yeah, your Whelm slammed into her, just fucking turned her into loose seaweed before flying back to her hand. Is that your action?
Wait, his thing does. Did I remember you saying that it does like AoE if he throws it?
No, he can do a shockwave, but he has to hit the ground.
Oh,
with it.
okay.
So,
But it's a friendly fire shockwave, which is way
Oh.
better than I thought it was. I thought it was everyone in 30 feet gets stunned, and then when I was reading it out to you guys, it's every creature you choose in 30 feet. And I was like, oh,
Oh!
so
yeah, I guess that's why it's an artifact, huh?
it's
Artifacts are kind of bust.
it's a little overwhelming, don't you think, Gordon?
These weapons are... Now you understand why I was looking forward to White Plume Mountain. So fucking cool. Anyway, so that creature dies. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Or you got a bonus action? Okay.
And I'll say in character, wow, you're amazing.
It says to you, of course, we're amazing. Let's give him that!
Yeah.
It is now...
Oh,
The Mr. Goodbar goes and
We
attempts
didn't even
to...
have him +3 to his damage. No, never mind.
Oh, so... Yeah, you did more. Yeah, remember to add +3 to your attacks and damage with it.
Because it just gives +3.
Yeah, it's a +3 weapon.
Yes. Artifacts.
We need to go to more artifact dungeons.
Yeah, because there's so many artifact dungeons just lying around.
Makes sense.
The fact that this has 3 is fucking crazy.
We went to the first artifact dungeon we heard of for sure.
Maybe more. Became an addiction. Artifacts hunting.
I saw that hammer explode that thing, and I'm like, yeah, I can use some more of this.
It belongs in my possession.
So, it's splattered. This one goes, and you saved. You saved. You didn't save. Attempts to charm Emerald. Emerald resists. It's now Squig's turn.
Okay. See, I thought it was gonna try and charm me again, or something else would.
They can.
Really?
They have to pick new targets now.
Oh, I thought it was like. I thought charm things were like. If it saves.
Sometimes it's if it saves, sometimes
Okay,
it's
yeah,
if they're
I'm sorry, I was just remembering because I have a charm.
Was this room big enough for my steed?
Yeah, you could have resummoned your steed.
I wanted to do that as soon as we got to a bigger room.
I mean, it'll be cramped in some areas, and it didn't like walking through water, but water walking and then draining fixed that.
Tough.
So. Horses don't like water.
Now there's nothing to fear.
I will don the glove and
But
catch.
fear itself and giant spiders and other things.
Don the glove, snap, catch, scorching ray, and
Okay.
2 and 1.
Are you casting it yourself or using the circlet?
I already used it. It doesn't refresh till the next dawn.
Yeah, the next round's happened.
I thought it was only 8 hours.
Oh, no, you're right. Okay. Roll it.
First one got 22 to hit.
That hits.
Second one got 16 to hit.
That hits.
And last one got 19 to hit.
That hits as well.
Alrighty. Holy shit. It is 2d6 fire. So they like resist fire or something, I guess. One of them takes 13. The chicken.
Arise.
And the good part
As soon as you
takes
said
5.
As soon as you said that, one of them crowed.
Arise. Chicken. I'm sorry, what the other one, Jake?
5.
Okay. Your 2 fire blasts strike into them, dealing damage. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna move away.
Okay. Or are you trying to get back behind the wall?
No, I was trying to get behind the wall. This is what I get. Just out of the water.
Okay. Get out of the water. It is now the chicken's turn. It attempts to charm a shark. Will be a wisdom save. Succeeds, you're fine. It is now Emerald's turn. Emerald attempts a Emerald has +7, so deals damage with his thorn whip as it lashes one around the throat, pulling it out of the water and dealing some damage. Pulling the chicken right up towards ground. And it is now Shur's turn.
Can I charge this one?
Yeah.
Cool. Because it has water walking now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
I thought you wrote it down.
DC 14 strength.
for charge.
And then I roll my attacks twice. Does it get knocked prone?
DC 14 strike check? Yep. No, it does not, unfortunately.
Okay.
It manages to stand tall. It's pretty solid. It does not stand proud, though.
Let's see.
This episode brought to you by the anime Church's Bizarre Adventure. Except it's not, but you should watch it anyway.
That's.
I know where you can watch that.
On Verve.
You could. Verve, sponsor us. Or just give me free Verve, and I'll tell people to watch anime on.
That's the great thing. It is free, but there's still commercials and ads on there. You can pay
is that
simple
how
fee
it works?
monthly to avoid all of those with a premium membership.
I actually didn't know that's how it worked. I thought you couldn't use it at all. Like, jokes aside, I thought you couldn't use it at all unless you paid for it.
Jokes aside, I didn't either until like someone else told me.
That's actually kind of cool.
I wanted to have the plan sorted out for this too.
Okay, yeah. You can swim with the classroom.
Okay, so that's
No, it's really neat because I wanted to watch the new Lupin the Third, and I was like, I'm gonna have to like.
Oh, that's
Wait
right.
until I
I
have
forgot
it.
that was the thing.
But if I can just watch it for free on that, I'll probably go do that because that sounds awesome.
Is it out? We mentioned.
Well,
it
it's
before.
new-ish. It's the newest one. It's not the new movie,
Oh,
but it's the most recent show. I watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes for the thing I was doing with Blue,
the computer.
and I
Was that the
no, it's the
movie
one where he
that's-
rescues the hacker girl. No, I think that's the movie you're thinking of.
Okay, no.
But I watched the newest series, and it was really good. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Oh, cool.
And I wanted to finish it, but then I canceled Verve because I was like, well, I paid for this if I'm not doing the thing. So.
horse got 6 to hit. 16 and 20 on mine.
Those hit.
Okay, so that's. Was it +2? The plant
Weapons a
sword?
+1.
Yeah, that's
So a D8 plus 8 plus 2d6. So a D8 and 2d6 plus 10.
so.
Mister.
17. And
17 and 16.
so you swing out twice, slashing across her chest and slashing across her face. The seaweed that makes up the beast's form starts to like shrivel and die on contact, literally withering away, and she screams in pain, but is not quite defeated. And if that is your turn, then it's going to go to Grenna.
Cool. I am going to assault the enemy in front of me.
Okay. You can move to flank it if you like, because of her carcass.
Maybe I will.
Gets you position for the other one too.
Okay. I'm going to assume you are, because you're rolling again. Or you rolling a second attack. So,
This time I'll stop and hold my ground then.
That's up to you.
First hit got... First hit got 30. And that was
That's-
a critical.
okay.
Second hit was 27.
I'll hand her it after the fight,
There,
but
that
did you
one.
want your ring recharged before they took their long rest? Because people still had spell slots. They
I
could
did,
use it.
but like I didn't bring it up, so at a break I was gonna
Okay.
ask maybe.
Well, then we can do that. I think he still had banishment and conjure minor elementals and stuff like that. Right?
And this one was 22 rate.
20, those all hit.
Cool.
Wait, does that mean actually? Oh, that's later.
19 damage on the first attack.
Okay.
18 damage on the second attack. And 14 on the first one.
You slash 3 times, striking it across the back, striking it in the shoulder, and then wheeling it around one more time and splitting its head in half. Is that your turn? Yeah. Okay. Goes back around to the top. So, Carac, it's your turn.
So I will shift my Hunter's Mark to the remaining
Okay.
one.
Roll your attacks.
I don't think it's going to take much.
15 to hit.
That hits.
26 damage.
Your arrow gets it through the eye, causing it to fall apart. Alright. Your enemies are defeated. So, as they die and fall back into the water, what do you do?
Search the room.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Surge.
Okay.
Perception.
Roll perception.
22.
Sure, you see at the bottom of the pool there is a pile of gold with a opal and like diamond tiara atop of it, and a suit of chainmail. When it's all gathered up, it's 600 gold, a tiara worth 2,000 gold, and a chainmail that glows very slightly, and if identified, is +1 chainmail.
I completely spaced you.
Is anyone
all
using
that at
chains?
some
600 gold, a 2,000 gold tiara, and +1 chainmail. Fortunately, all the heavy armor people have full plate, which is going to be better.
Oh, you're using full plate? Shit.
I'm using full plate.
Chainmail
Still
or
can't
shirt?
match like
Chainmail.
your AC, but
Well, I have bonuses.
He's a shield.
And shield. I have a plus.
There are a
I
bunch
have a
of people with
+1
higher AC
shield.
than me.
Chainmail.
It's
All
only
of them
flimsy
use
elves
shields.
I have
that are less AC
I have
than me.
+1 plate mail and +1 shield, so that's
Oh, it is
4
heavy
right
armor.
there.
Yeah. It makes it so your AC is just 17. Okay, chainmail.
Anyway, so do you continue on?
Yeah. Is there anything else in this room, or is it just one
Nope.
door?
There's one door out of there.
Alright, I guess Whelm would lead that way anyway.
The stone corridor changes abruptly to a spinning cylinder, apparently made of some light-colored material, or light-colored metal. The inner surface rotates rapidly. It is painted in a dizzying black and white spiral pattern, and it glistens as if coated in some sort of substance. It's about a 30-foot long cylinder. It's 10 feet diameter, and spins counterclockwise.
I'm gonna check it.
Yeah.
Check it for traps. And I can,
Well, everybody should search that because
Yeah.
So
anybody.
you're going to roll perception.
I'm gonna.
Hell
Yeah.
You can't crit on checks, right?
No.
Okay. Whatever.
Oh. Sorry, there was actually a door to the right and a door straight ahead once you went out of that room.
We're already in this room, so.
Was this the one?
Then you
that
took the
led-
one to the right.
Led to?
No, it actually would have led the other way, but if you stopped and went off this way, this is what you see.
All right.
We'll just go through it on the way back.
Is the golem going that way too? or-
No.
No.
He just
Yeah,
No, but if
go
you
that
stop
way.
to go this way, it'll let you go this way.
We can just go this way.
Okay. So yeah, you're rolling perception on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
24.
17.
So with your 24 Asura, or who got above 20? Okay, Asura, you notice that that substance it's glistening in is some sort of oil. Roll an intelligence check, but do it with advantage. Just roll and yeah, so it's just 2 straight d20 rolls.
19.
So, walking through it, you're probably going to get hit and knocked over. And it would be impossible to grab onto it because it's covered in oil.
Yeah.
That being said, if you tried to baseball slide under it, it's so slippery and there's so much momentum that it might just shoot you right through it without hitting you.
Hitting what? Or what would be hitting?
You just come out on the other side of it.
No, but what's in there?
The spinning spiral.
Oh,
Nothing's gonna smack you.
I
if you try to
thought the
walk through.
tunnel. I thought the tunnel itself was spinning.
So would that be an athletics?
Yeah, the tunnel is spinning, but you can basically walking through it is going to knock you over and hit you with the room as it's spinning.
Okay.
But you can slide through it like a water slide.
Is that?
No, you don't have to make a check. You just do it.
Oh.
So Asura, baseball slides through, getting out to the other side. I mean, you could try to walk through it if you want, but it'd be hard. Well, that's what you know, that it would be really difficult. Are you going to tell them that they should slide?
If you do, might as well. Unless you want to be a prick and not tell
You guys should walk through.
What? That's a...
Ignoring what he just said, I'll mimic
Oh,
what he
no.
did.
Yeah.
So I guess the question I asked, are any of you not going to slide?
I suggest you go the way I did.
Nah,
Okay,
sliding
sounds fine to me.
Yeah, sliding
Alright, you
works.
all slide through. As the last of you slide through, you see from the far side of the era, or the far side of the hall, from the wall itself, a flaming arrow shoots out and ignites the oil, but you're already all past it.
Oh. Okay, so it was a trap meant to keep you there while you burn. Bam.
Then you see, noticing on the wall that there's a shutter that the arrow came through, it shuts and you hear like a locking sound.
Oh. There's people there.
What do you do?
Throw the hammer. You might get them. Just.
Well, what's over on this
Wait,
side?
wait.
Whatever it is.
Does the hammer have the
So,
one
a
that
hallway?
can open up a door or make a path?
No. That was the cursed axe that we had from Hidden Treasure.
Oh.
You sold to a museum.
But we do have those paints.
Yeah, I was actually
yeah,
just
I need
about to
to-
say that.
Erase the axe because we sold it.
I could make a peephole. Peephole's right there so you can see what's on the other side.
So you're going to walk up to it? As you walk up to it, there's a door right next to where the slit is, but you can also just make a peephole and look inside if you want.
Is it an obvious door or?
Yeah, it's an obvious door. It looks just like a normal door.
Well, there's a door. I don't want to use paints.
I mean-
there's a door.
What do you?
Yeah, we have a shitload of paints, but we want so much.
So do you not want to spy on the room with the paints?
Can I look for the keyhole or not really?
No.
Do the people. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what you got.
Yeah. Just make a.
Okay, you don't hear anything on the other side. You paint a peephole and look inside. Roll stealth and then roll perception.
I was gonna say you could just make a paint hole and then have Thoradin throw the hammer through, or just cast fireball through the hole.
You could. If you paint a big enough hole, he could just stick his hand through
You
and
could do
fire.
that instead because it's obviously enemies. That's just my 2 cents.
That's a 10 on stealth, boss, and 13 on perception. Yeah, 13 on perception.
Okay, so what you see is a man, like 5'9", 5'10", bald, black guy wearing chainmail armor and holding a longsword in 2 hands. He stands in front of, like, 5 feet away from the door that is right next to you guys. Behind him, about behind him, 5 feet diagonally from him, towards another door, you see a black woman with a large afro wearing green and yellow robes as opposed to armor, who is currently holding her hands up like this, and her hands are crackling with energy, and they both seem to be watching the door and waiting for something.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're focused on the door, so okay.
Well, now that we know their positions, you can do the same fireball plan, but like aim it perfectly, accurately.
Hand over it, throw back in a whisper. There's 2 people prepared to attack anything that comes to that door. One of them seems to be a magic user of some sort. One is right next to the door with a big sword or axe.
Long sword, looks like.
Big sword.
Might I suggest using the paints to our advantage a little bit more?
I wonder what they're doing here.
If we don't want to try and talk to them first.
What's the word?
They're not trying to talk to us.
Yes, we should probably
They're
do
good.
first.
Oh wait, sorry. Never mind. What you do see is her finishing casting some sort of spell on him, and then her start preparing another spell.
She's going to cast something on him and is preparing another spell. I'm guessing some sort
Unless you
of...
feel like talking them out of it.
Doesn't seem really like a good plan since they already opened fire.
Do any of us
This
want to
place-
try?
This place is a place of contest. We should take the advantage and
Uh,
defeat them first.
Yeah, we don't have to murder
I suggest using the, like I said, using the paints. But
Do you guys continue talking?
That's a good idea.
As you continue talking, or are you looking at the thing?
Oh, no. When I turned
Okay,
back,
then never mind. Then never mind.
yeah, we're whispering and he's covering the whole.
What's your passive perception?
16.
11.
You hear
Everyone's like
through the
high.
slight peephole, Veritas, Credo, Oculus.
Maybe we should move away. We're casting more spells. Get away from the
Do you
hole.
look?
Yes?
You look. There are 3 copies of her, like, standing around her.
You should cast fireball into the hole.
We need to paint a hole first, which I'm for.
Would I be able to make a roll to identify what spell she just cast?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I know it's blatantly
Well,
obvious. but-
you've seen him cast it before.
Oh,
It's some sort of illusion that creates copies of it. You probably don't know it by name,
Oh, okay.
unless it's on your
Unless
spell
you have a
list.
stronger spell.
Just paint the hole bigger.
You could also do the
Yeah,
shockwave.
do it.
No. So I was just throwing out there. Talk to him.
Because the shockwave hits
I said
anything
no,
with
so
30
2
Oh,
for
yes.
now.
that you choose.
Okay, so are you gonna?
But fireball is
I will just.
or
Bigger
shatter.
hole real quick.
So he's gonna paint a bigger hole. I assume you're preparing to attack through the hole. This plan was cruxing on using fireball, so I assume that's what you're doing.
Whatever your
So anything in the
strongest
room
AoE
seems
is.
breakable or flammable from when I looked in. Just basically anything that we shouldn't break.
They're already getting ready. Just make the hole.
You
We'll
can
worry
He's
about it later.
within 5 feet of him, right?
You can cast shatter in the hole.
I'm just making sure if there's like anything valuable that looks in there that
Oh.
magic won't just destroy it.
I'm just gonna stand back and get ready.
Couple
Prepare
benches,
action
large
for door.
candlestick. There's a book on one of the things, but you don't necessarily have to hit the book.
Just do it.
Alright, prepare action for the door. If it opens,
I do what?
attack.
Okay, you can do that.
He's
Just in
preparing
case
to-
we run out of time, I'll do the same.
So you 2 prepare to attack the door if it opens. You're preparing to cast a fireball through the hole.
I'm gonna cast Hail of Thorns and shoot through the hole and.
Okay, so that is what's happening. You pull out Nosler's, you re-dip Nosler's marvelous pigments, and you Looney Tunes a hole in the wall. As you do so, Thoradin finishes. Goddamn, I should know this without having to look. It's the hitty one. I use it all the time.
Hitty one?
The incantation.
The
first
one that
spell.
means someone's about to take damage. You guys recognized it once with the lizardman. Oh yes, you finish Imperio. Yeah, fireball coming right at them, and your shot is coming at them as well.
Does this get
So his attack gets advantage because he's catching them by surprise. The fireball doesn't. It's just a fireball. But it'll roll dexterity saving throws. What is your spell save difficulty? Sweet rolls, guys. That's really great.
I assume just throws the surprise at us on them, which just means miss first turn.
maybe?
Yeah, 15.
I critical.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So roll that fireball damage and tell me.
You got enough die. Thanks.
Well, I do have enough dice. It's just my perception right now with the dice is so bad. I can't even see my own dice. I got it.
Well, you crit on the attack, so the damage of all of it.
Okay.
So, is how I'm gonna do it anyway. So what did your fireball do?
10, 20, 22?
22.
I believe so.
They're both blasted with fire. And who are you shooting?
The mage.
Okay. And how much damage?
21 for the shot, and then if they fail to save against
What's the save?
yeah, I believe it's 14.
They both succeed.
Does it change if her thing is used to make concentration? I don't know if it increases your saves or anything.
They take 9 damage since they both meet it.
And then how much did the actual attack do? I'm sorry. Arrow?
Yeah, 21.
Okay. They are wounded and burned, and they both cry out in pain.
This might also disrupt concentration on whatever she cast on the dude, if it was a concentration spell.
Yeah.
It does not seem to do so.
I mean, maybe her illusionary double thing.
No.
Concentration. Oh, okay.
Oh! Thank you for reminding me. I have to roll.
To see if I actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need Player's Handbook.
Well, fireball hit first. Does that have a chance?
It doesn't come back. It doesn't matter.
The 301 is the only one on fire.
Well, I mean, for like, say, if we have a chance of hitting them, it's AoE, you might just hit them all and disperse them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying initially.
When they get hit, the images go back into them and pop back out.
Like fucking the arrow from Mario RPG.
Don't they?
Yeah.
It's a special.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Two.
Or, wait, sorry, I actually rolled. Sorry, Miss White. Fucking really?
Yes.
Are you gonna rob me of the crit?
No, you hit the wrong one. Oh, wait. I rolled the wrong dice.
Yeah, I was like,
Never
wait,
mind.
you told me to roll a d20.
You hit one of the, I did rob you of the crit.
But
You
the,
hit one of the illusions and destroy it.
but the thorn still?
The thorn still hit deal damage.
Yeah, but that went from 30 damage total to 9.
Yeah, well.
Not great.
Yeah.
See, I just glanced over and I just saw a bear wielding an axe. Like, what the fuck?
This is
Sorry.
the monster manual. Okay. So, now I need initiative.
It's gotten lower every time I roll.
Alright, what'd you get, sure? 6. 6, Card?
15.
Thoradin?
20.
Squid?
20.
Gunna?
12.
Oh, how much does my shield go back up, by the way?
From what?
From the alarms and stuff.
Oh, 1 pack up to 4.
Oh,
Emerald, Thoradin, or Squig go first, depending on who wants it most.
cool. I'll do it.
Okay.
Fine.
I'm gonna cast it.
Cast slap?
Yeah.
Okay. You cast slow. What's the difficulty on that?
15.
She saves. He does not save, and your slow doesn't affect him, but it seems like whatever effect was on him previously is negated, as if your magic moves against his magic and negates them. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Squig?
Would you like to talk this out?
Your attack.
They attack first.
You ask if they want to talk this out. He says, I've heard all I need to hear talking with fireballs.
You attack first.
He ignores you.
Take your action.
Alright. You know, I'm very tempted, and I will. The hole is big enough to reach through. So does that mean if I wanted to place one of my turrets, the next square inside would count as a adjacent square?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that, and I'll throw in Whelm. Just reach in through, drop the box and some Whelm in there. And have Whelm take a shot at him.
Okay. Roll it.
Alright, have fun. 6.
Unfortunately, this is.
That was a warning shot!
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Save the turn 7.
Imrana tries to get him with some thorn whip, but misses unfortunately as he cuts it down with his longsword, and it is now. He moves to the hole actually and swings at Squig. Squig's right there.
Really? He's not gonna swing at the turret?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, most big enough.
So it's just like an sized hole to like fireball.
Then they wouldn't have been able to put an arrow and a fireball through there.
It had to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just trying to stab through it. It's not like he spent his whole body for it. Also, it was big enough for him to drop the turret there.
Oh, that doesn't like
Sweet.
magic. And you actually put it.
Sweet. He stabs out once, fucking misses amazingly. He then swings with, or he then stabs out with it again. What's your armor class?
18.
Swings out, but you block with your shield, and then he slashes with his short sword, which he draws off his belt.
Oh shit.
Fucking misses as well. And it is now Carac's turn.
Sword pokes out of the hole.
Are you sure? You don't
Unfortunately,
seem quite good at
he's
this.
now in the way,
You missed.
so you're not going to be able to target him.
You missed.
That's fine, I'll attack him. I will attempt to shoot him.
Okay.
And I'll also cast on his mark. That's my asshole.
Are you sure? You don't seem quite good at this.
So the first attack, I assume misses. 'Cause it's like a 13.
Yeah, that misses.
20 hits though, right?
Yeah. 15 damage. Okay. An arrow strikes into him and grunts. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's both attacks.
Okay, it is now. Gwenna's turn.
Your bow's not magical, right?
It is kind of magic. He has this thing on it from before, so.
Oh, okay. I thought you put it on.
It's a little awkward, but I guess I'll step through the
I'll
hole.
take it off. So
Better than wait. Wait. Go through the door.
You can open the doors right beside him. There's no hiding behind it anymore.
I will prepare action to attack first thing on the door. I don't want to give up our advantage of the door like you.
I was considering.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They might throw Asura
Okay. So you hold action, or you prepare an action to attack someone who comes to the door. What does Asura do?
You can attack through the hole.
Or can I?
Yeah, you
do
can.
a little comment?
You'd be able to hit him.
And I'm gonna hold up my
I want to hit the
edge sketch thing for arcane weapon.
Arcane weapon only works on your weapon.
A weapon I am holding.
Yeah, but won't it stop as soon as you stop?
Did
Arcane weapon only
No.
works for you. No, it only works for you.
was
Yeah, so the weapon I'm holding. Doesn't say I have to continue holding it.
It's meant to be used with a weapon you wield. We looked this up before.
the mage finished
You can't arcane weapon.
preparing those spells, right? That would stop.
You don't know. You haven't looked.
Oh, the squig looked, right?
Yeah.
That's yeah, you didn't see anything next to the door. And he's not restraining anything. The first thing comes through the door. He's not prepared anymore.
It's up to you. What about action you take?
If I'm back far enough, can I charge through the door with my steed and try to knock?
No, people are in
I can't knock prone that way.
the way. No.
Oh, on.
Can I still you go through with the horse?
Go through the door? Yeah. You don't have to
And
open the door and
attack
go
with
through.
okay. And attack with both myself and the horse.
Okay.
Okay.
You open the door. As you do, a rolling, nauseous cloud. Well, first she finishes casting her spell, and a rolling, nauseous cloud fills through the door and out into the hallway. I need everyone to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I didn't think it would be that bad. I was just hoping it would be a slow.
Might not be
I was
bad.
hoping it would be more along the lines of an explosion.
I kind of
face.
saw it the very
Oh, do you want to just do that?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to counter your spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't succeed, I guess.
Yeah, it succeeds. So she attempts to put out
Well, thank you.
a boiling cloud of nastiness, but instead puts out nothing. Continue the rest of your turn.
Yeah, take yourself and your guest out of here.
Oh, okay. So I crit on one attack and got a
What are
20.
you attacking?
The mage.
Okay.
I crit on one attack, got a 27 hit on the other, and the horse got a 14.
Hold on. Dice again. So that first attack was a crit, right?
Oh.
Right. She still has mirror images up.
Just
Two more. Okay. Unfortunately, the first one is absorbed by a mirror image, and now she's down to one image. What did the last one get?
the horse.
You made two attacks, right? And then the horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
So both my attacks hit the fucking illusions.
Well, no, that's what I'm rolling about right now. I'm asking what did it roll?
The horse? Oh, 14.
So your second attack.
27.
27. Okay.
Because the hero of everything.
And your last hit hits an illusion as well, leaving no illusions.
Fuck.
Okay. Now your horse's attack got a what?
14.
That hits.
That's only two.
Fuck.
Only once.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, because he missed the other one.
Yeah.
well, she would have to pass
D6
it.
plus,
Well, the one that hit her was actually
D6 plus
her
one.
action, so this wasn't about her.
So,
I got to attack
15
twice.
damage.
Stomps on her with his hooves. Now it goes back around. No, it goes to her turn.
What about her concentration?
She's not concentrating.
Oh,
You
she-
fucking negated the haste.
Oh, yeah.
Guy.
It's gonna be really easy to attack then,
Finally, crit.
because she's not concentrating on anything.
Fucking hit on an illusion.
Okay. She casts another spell.
Oh boy.
You don't have reaction
Yeah,
anymore,
no.
so you can't counter spell.
Oh.
So, I need everyone to roll me a dexterity saving throw. No! As the hallway, except for you, but everyone else, and you don't have his because he's in the room and you're not. So you all make a dexterity saving throw as the hallway fills with webbing.
Motherfucker. Okay.
So, Carac, what'd you get?
20.
What'd you get?
Yeah, 30 so fail.
What'd you get?
Oh,
5.
What'd you get?
15.
Okay. Grenna and Carac managed to not be trapped by webs. Fortunately, the two of you are grappled up in webs.
Don't we only roll the same?
I'm rolling in advance. Anyway, it is now. Goes back around to
Back around.
Emerald, Thoradin, or Squig. That was the end of the turn.
Oh, I thought Grenna.
I went last.
No, she went last.
Oh. Oh, yeah. She cast a spell. I went second to last.
It's now back around to the top, so Thoradin.
Use fireball.
If it is wet, it is restrained, which is worse than the golem.
That's true. The golem is restrained.
No, did it get a turn to move in and attack?
Its turn was after the webbing, so
Oh.
it is restrained. It's now
Go
trying to free itself,
Dex save.
and it does, but it can't do anything other than that. So it is Thoradin's turn. You're restrained right now. What do you do?
Which means I have to break out before I can do anything.
Oh, it's a
Unless you gotta
strength check
teleport.
to bust out.
It's a strength check to bust out, or if you have Misty Step, you can do that.
I have Thunderstep.
You damage your allies, but you could. Fuck this shit out.
Enjoy your ruptured eardrums.
So,
Oh no, it's
He's
like
on the
actual
level?
like.
right now,
Thunderstep.
he's in the webbing.
Thunder Step is
Clap of thunder.
yeah, it's called Thunder. It's not Pokemon. Thunder in this case means sun. Yeah.
He's in the webbing right now.
You and Squig.
Can I touch him?
Sure.
You were right next to me to cast the fireball.
So this is a strength check with guidance help with this?
Yeah, it helps. So you want to cast guidance on yourself and try to break free?
I could do me, but I also could do him.
Alright, so you cast guidance on Squig.
I have 0 strength, dude. You might not want to do that.
It's gonna need someone to free him.
What are you doing?
Fine, I'll do it on myself.
Well, it's up to you, dude.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'm just throwing out there. I have 0 strength. I think you have a little more.
I have a little bit more. I could just thunderstep and do it.
Couldn't you touch him and thunderstep with him now if you
Oh,
wanted?
yeah.
Right, but then Rayla and Greta and fucking Carac would take thunder damage if you did that.
It's up to you.
Oh.
Disappear off the thunder.
Also, the guy would take thunder damage as well.
Yeah.
I was asking who's in range because I do want thunderstep with people in range. I
Yeah,
thought I'd
you
wait
have
until-
allies in range.
prepare and wait until everyone's out and then thunderstep. So I didn't have to deal any goddamn saves or not.
I understand, but I want to know what your option is.
Fine, I'll fucking break out and guidance myself. If I can.
Yeah, you can.
Alright, fine. Unfortunately, I probably did not make it, but I got 9. So
9. You struggle against the webs, but you do not get out.
Is it athletics or just strength?
no way.
Pretty sure it's a strength check. But if it's athletics, it wouldn't help anyway. He doesn't. You got a 9. So regardless, it's now Squig's turn.
Bonus action, Fulton's gonna shoot at her.
Okay.
Your actions you can try to break free.
No, because if one hits, she has to roll concentration. 12. Damn it! My legs!
Wild!
Yeah, we're gonna try to bust out because I don't have. Oh yeah, because you can't cast if you're restrained, right?
It's one of your spells. How do you know?
Let's bring it down.
I just have it as restrained. I did not clarify restrained.
No, you can still cast spells.
Okay. I'll cast heat metal on the guy's armor.
So roll your 2d8.
Or his weapon.
He can drop his weapon.
Yeah, but then he won't have a weapon. Just saying.
But he has disadvantage on everything.
Okay.
Everything.
It's hard to make a sandwich when your armor is burned.
It's true. That is a 15.
So his armor immediately ignites up, and as he dies, from being
Damn it.
cooked, from being cooked inside of his armor, she screams, "No!" And as she does so, her eyes immediately widen. They grow like large slits. They turn yellow, and her nails begin to grow. Fur busts out of her in each direction, and she grows 10 feet tall with massive teeth and claws before howling. Yes, it's everyone's turn.
Anybody got silver?
He does.
That's silver. But if you have magic, you don't need silver weapons.
Emron frees himself. And it is now Carac's turn.
So I'm gonna shoot the werewolf with silvered arrows because why not? Also,
obviously.
I'll shift my hunter's mark to her. 17 to hit.
That misses.
Well, let's see.
A magical aura appears around her, and your shot is blocked.
I don't like that. I missed again.
It's a wear magic.
It is now.
Why did you remember?
Grana's turn.
I am going to, provided I have enough movement to do so, approach the mage and attack.
Can move in flanking.
I'm sure your back's to the wall. You can't flank her.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Oh well.
Now we do. First attack was 19 to hit.
Where's her piece on the thing?
This isn't the room.
Huh?
This isn't the room.
They didn't have pieces.
I'll give you a piece for him. I'll give you the red. Okay, yeah, I did.
Second attack is 13 to hit.
Second attack is what to hit?
13.
Misses.
Is that chair?
Just punch.
For 13 damage.
And you know what? I think I'm going to action search. That would be a 23 to hit. For 18 damage.
How do you want to kill him?
Let's be safe and make it a decapitation.
Cut her head off. She falls to the ground. Dead.
It's usually the safest way with weird things.
I do
Vampires.
feel a little bad about cooking her. Well, I didn't do it. I would feel bad if I were you, Squig, is what I should say.
Feel bad if they didn't already try killing us.
Roll. Know about werewolves?
Yes.
Is that necessary?
Why they're dead?
Harsh,
To
but
know
it's the
that
same.
they're evil?
Aren't they inherently?
Yes, they are. Out of character. I
Out
know
of
that.
character.
I don't know that.
Oh.
You don't have nature, so no.
Can I?
Do you have nature?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
8.
15.
Alright.
Well, the tales say that werewolves are evil, but they usually don't take human like lovers either. So
From what I know, they are evil, but this was not a normal case anyway. They don't typically.
Do we know that he was human?
I assume if he was a werewolf, he would have turned into a werewolf when we attacked them.
She didn't immediately. We've already hit her a few times.
Yeah, but I think she would. It might be easier to cast spells with human arms and limbs and vocal cords.
I feared there might be adventurers competing like us. But it seems more likely, that they were just monsters that had made their home here. Like the others we've encountered.
That guy seemed like a regular guy to me. Well, not a regular guy, but he seems like a human to me.
I'm sure it could have gone a different way, but I'm not sure completely.
So
I could not see how hard he
Yeah.
was.
the large candlestick on a table is worth 10 gold, and there's a book on another table.
Look it over.
Check.
Looks like a tome.
What kind of term?
We've already come across one. Would I be able to roll Arcana to see if it's magically trapped? Like,
It'd be a perception check,
Oh.
same as anything else.
it was Arcana.
I'll do the same. I got 13 on the perception.
Well, who's checking it first? Okay, Squig, what'd you get?
11.
13.
You find it, and it blows up in your face.
Yep.
That's why I asked who was checking it first. But you were moving over to the thing, right?
To what?
You were moving over to the thing to check it as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 13. But I just get caught up in the splash. Is that fire?
Hold on. Squig, you take 9. You take 4. And the rest of you were far enough away that you're
spell
fine.
trap?
Yeah.
Is that, so it was it fire?
Huh?
Was it fire?
That's what he said. You should roll.
So
So
you
that's
took,
4. So that's 2.
you took 2. Oh wait, no, I already subtracted it. That's how he took 9.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
What did
the original damage was 19.
what a mage? Well,
Oh, 19?
the
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry.
you cut it down to 9 because of
Yeah,
his aura.
because that was standing here.
That's what I was saying.
It was
Right,
a spell,
I
it was a
forgot
spell
your thing
trap.
also reduces damage for other people.
No, I have two separate orders. One on
one
has
helps you
to
make a
save.
save.
One reduces spell damage.
The book has magic missile, shield, thunder wave, mirror image, web, dispel magic, fear, haste, and stinking cloud. But I'm pretty sure you know all those spells already.
Yeah.
There is a door that leads further in.
Is this where the
dude's
golem is?
Year wasn't anything of note.
Splint mail, a long sword, and a light crossbow.
Gold?
They're all regular.
Yeah, all regular.
Well, if they didn't have any money on them, I guess it's safe to assume that they were living here.
This is a weird place to live.
One of them was a monster.
Yes. I guess.
You do make commitments when you're in love.
It would have been way easier.
So there's another door in this room.
Do you guys want to keep going this way? Because
This isn't where the golem wanted to go, right?
no,
There's
the
that
golem-
other.
This is a side path. Technically.
We can keep going down the side path.
Yeah.
if we want.
We've already come this far, we might as well.
So
Check the
you
door.
go to check the next door, but that's where we're going to stop this week. Join us next week as our group continues in White Plume Mountain. I'm Mario Vilas, your illustrious dungeon master. You can find more of me at Lights Camera Initiative, where I speak for some people some of the time, and myself all of the time. Additionally, you can find me on the Greyhawk channel, and you can find me on the second Taterland stream, both on Thursdays. Yeah, so check me out there. David, do you have anything you want to plug?
Not especially, other than I'm artist David Harper on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay. Does anyone have anything they want to say about the session before we go?
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
I like the fucking hammer. I love this hammer. It's the best hammer ever.
What were those tentacle things called?
the
Deathkisses?
the con or low light, whatever you call it. It's unfortunate you have to kill those two people. Yeah.
Well, one was a person, potentially.
The person who was a werewolf was still a person. Just because they're evil doesn't make them not a fucking person. Gee.
Well, werewolves are actually monsters.
They still think and feel. This one obviously had a lover. Or some shit. She had a companion. She had feelings.
We don't know it wasn't a werewolf.
No, you're pretty sure.
Well, it was a werewolf.
Oh yeah?
That the guy was also a werewolf.
No,
No.
he was a human. He didn't.
I told him that he was a human.
Pretty sure.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, he was a dude. She was a werewolf.
Anyway, so yeah, that's been us. Join us next week. Yeah, Sid, say goodbye.
Bye.
Rob, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jeff, say goodbye.
Bye.
Ed, say goodbye.
Bye.
David, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye!